Icosacast for this episode, number something, where we're doing things.
8.
You hungry?
It's number 8.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's 10.
10. I'm 11. Behold! Before you, about you, is the city of Chaal Nagar. The party has made their way to what is by far the largest city they have ever seen. Sprawling and entirely surrounded by a large stone wall. The buildings themselves are enough to make you feel claustrophobic walking through, right? While many of them are one story, there are enough two-story buildings that they can stand around you, surround you, almost make you feel as if they're going to fall upon you. For people that are not used to being in cities with more than maybe 2 buildings that are 2 stories, it is a very strange feeling walking on these cobblestone streets that are not dirt. Streets you may not sink into were it to rain. And the party.
To rain or terrain?
If it was to rain on the terrain. The party is taking their long rest. A nice cozy sleep in a lovely little B&B. Run towards I would say towards the center of town, but it's not really, right? It's up, it's kind of further to the east. The center, the true center, the Kaifen, that large, tall, at least 4-story bell tower that stands in the center. You're not that close to it. And I believe, so some people were bedding together, right? You had 6 people, you had 3 rooms. What are the room configurations while you're sleeping?
I believe that I was with Adi.
Okay.
I was with Dinda.
Okay.
Stuck with Burn. Bjorn.
Burn.
Bairn.
Bairn. What is your name?
Burn.
Why would you be stuck with me?
His
It's
name,
not like
you're asleep. His name is Burn.
it's Bairn.
Bairn.
God damn it! It's like week 7.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Bear.
I'm not going to say it wrong because that was his thing.
That's how I speak. It's Burn.
So I never had to commit it to memory.
While you are sleeping, one of you is woken up to a faint yet rather familiar sound, a voice from your childhood. I have heard whispers, Badi. And you're woken up and your eyes open, and there is, in the darkness of this room, with just a bit of moonlight going through, just enough to cast a shadow, this quaking, shimmering shadow in the barely recognizable half-sleep form of Grandfather.
Grandfather.
I have heard whisperings. What happened to Nana Babu?
She was slain. Along with 2 calves. By her hut.
I thought that Nana Babu was dying.
I did as well.
Slain by who?
Unclear. But I believe I am close to figuring it out.
The shadow shimmers a bit as it seems to move about, right? Could it be the moonlight going through the branch of a tree? Could it just be your half-dazed eyes seeing this? But you hear, you do not seem to be close. You have gone far.
Yes, I have roamed, but I have new purpose in this land. They would seek to make a slave of Shanhira, of our grandmother, to throttle her and put her in irons.
Shanhira, the river. Such power. Yet coming. Many beasts go down by her shores to listen to the trickling, to listen to the rushing. Shanhira.
They want to put a wall across our grandfather.
Shanhira rends into the earth. How would she not break a wall? I do not see Nana Babu.
She is not with you.
Find who killed her. There was much sadness in her passing. There is more sadness that she is not here. Roll a Constitution check. Bree.
15.
Yeah, I think you're awake.
Okay.
You hear Badi speaking to herself. I think you're just still kind of groggy, you know what I mean? And kind of just waking up. You were both sleeping very soundly, right? On these kind of lumpy mattresses, right? The ropes below them that hold them tight maybe could have been a little tighter. The fluffing of the mattresses themselves could be a little newer. The blankets could be a little less scratchy, but compared to where you've been for many nights and fearing for your life, it's comfortable. You feel safe. But you wake up to Badi and hearing her. Do you have dark vision, halflings?
No.
No, right? So you just hear her over on the bed speaking aloud.
Why would she not be with you?
Murdered with 2 calves. What was she doing? What was she doing when she was killed?
I know there was a fire.
Think back. What is the purpose of the fire?
To make the sky weep.
And what happened after her passing?
Rain. For days it rained.
Nana Babu had witch magic. But she dealt not with blood. Blood was thrown into her fire, and the sky wept. Yet now she is not here. And the shadow seems to shake and shimmer a bit more. And it seems to gaps fill in it. And then you see it's a shadow of drapes, cast by drapes, partially over the windows as the moonlight streams in. Y'all wake up the next day. All the benefits of a full rest, hit points, spell slots. Slept fairly well. And who were the people that did this? It was Selden, right? Sorry, I forgot to print this one out now that I have the printer going. I still didn't. Wasn't it? No, who was it? Or is it Arter?
Arter.
Yeah, that's it. I know I recycle the name from last campaign. Ardor and the wife have a name as well. I don't know. All right, so you all wake up, rather refreshed, and I think start heading downstairs to a breakfast made for you. Eggs, seem fresh. A bit of meat, almost like Canadian bacon, almost right, like ham, like a big nice slab of it, and you all sit down at a rather cramped table, right? Not rather large. You're kind of elbow to elbow. The unlucky people that's next to Badi, who likes to spread out, probably don't like that very much. But you're largely left alone. You're fed breakfast, and then the owners of the home kind of leave you to it.
So what were we doing today? We gotta go look into this bridge or wall they're building, right?
Meeting with the bird
Mm-hmm.
this morning.
Interesting people.
Yes, they are.
Have you ever met one at your monastery?
No.
It seemed to speak very well. Very smart. This bird knows much. We should not miss this meeting.
No, definitely not.
What do you think?
I'm not particularly fond of Aarakocra myself, but if
Aarakocra.
Aarakocra,
So you've met some before.
I've heard of them. I've seen them a few times, but
Why do you fear this?
they fly. They think themselves better than others, typically. Seem to find themselves on a moral high ground to others and air that out.
I flew once.
Because they are birds, they air it out?
Yes.
I see.
How?
Because they live their lives in such a way that
They are always elevated above everyone else.
in a literal sense and a figurative sense, yes.
This was a joke, but
Yeah, not funny.
I'm trying.
Let's go. Can we go, please?
Can
All these tiny, what are they?
What is
These small animal statues. I feel like I'm gonna knock over this
What is
whole
your
shelf. up
issue
here.
this morning? You are particularly upset.
This business today, I do not look forward to it. Talking.
Yes, you would rather be killing.
It's gonna be a formal protest.
This whole place, the stone in the sky, feel like it's going to fall over on me. Stone beneath. A cage.
This is an interesting view.
It's nice. I like it.
can I?
No, baby.
Did you say you
You
flew?
cannot.
I did.
Wait, what?
How?
I flew once.
On a bird.
Nope, just me.
By yourself.
Well, I wasn't.
This man is lying to us.
No, it was magic. But I didn't try to do it. It just happened.
It's magic.
How did you do this? Do it again.
Could you teach me?
No. I know some magic,
How? That's
but
quite
not
interesting.
that magic. That was an accident. Sometimes extra magic just happens when I cast magic because I'm not that good at it. It kind of... I can't always control it.
So sometimes you can fly
How did you learn this magic anyways?
randomly.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Just kind of pops into my head.
Magic does not pop into my head.
That's
No.
fascinating.
Well, I think it's because of my guardian angel.
Here we go.
They give me that power.
Interesting.
The one from my dreams. I
Yes.
told you about.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. you
They
are.
give me the magic.
Okay.
It's so that I can go out in the world and be safe.
I believe
It's a
you.
way to protect myself.
I believe you.
Alright, let's go.
I-
Let's pay for our breakfast and get out of here. Ben, it is your turn to pay. Another joke. I'm getting better at this.
You're getting pretty good at it than I am.
I'm trying to adapt.
I would work for my food.
I appreciate the attempt. I liked it.
What do we need to pay?
So I believe, okay, so it was discussed last week that it is a single silver point for a room. And I believe that Inda paid a point,
Yes.
but you had 3 rooms. So that's 1. out
So
of-
I paid for our room.
So who would have,
I
yeah.
think we owe her 5 more points.
Ben, this is ridiculous.
Did you never learn math?
Math.
Yep.
That's why he went
Like
to the
numbers.
monastery.
I
No.
think that's what we
There,
agreed
if we
on.
had
No.
3 rooms, and it's a point per room, and we've paid 1 point, then
But we ate food, and she was very nice.
It was
Or he
part
was
of the-
nice.
Ben is
you
trying
don't
to,
pay people for being nice.
Ben is trying to trick us into giving her more than she deserves.
2
Matt,
points, Baron.
I
3
leave.
minus 1
I paid
is
for my
2.
room, I leave.
Inda just gets up and leaves.
Oh,
Do I even have money? I don't even know.
Check on your sheet. You're the one with the paper.
Yeah, but we never talked about it.
You did.
Let's go.
I know.
Whatever your background gave you in gold,
yes.
you guys instead had in silver
I shall pay for
at the
it.
beginning of.
But in silver and points, not in.
Yeah.
Wait, so
That's how
I
many
never wrote
points.
that down.
Correct.
Give me a handbook.
In silver points. Yeah. Individual.
Is it
Not
the
hex,
handbook?
which is 6 points.
Right.
Yeah.
What is your background?
I'm a
First.
entertainer.
I don't even lie.
Allegedly.
So I paid for our room.
Okay. So that's
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
1 more silver, y'all.
I'll pay.
Okay. Thank you, buddy. All right.
Sorry, I never figured out how much money I had.
All right. Well, good to know. You've been holding out on people this whole campaign so far.
So wait, what? Six
6 silver.
silver points is 1 hex?
Yes.
Okay.
15.
Yeah.
So I have 15 points. If I have 15
I
gold
thought we had talked
pieces.
about it and we decided you probably wouldn't have that much. Because 15 would actually buy you quite a bit in this world. I think you'd have like 2 or 3. Roll a d4.
What?
Roll a d4.
You told me it's how many gold pieces I have according to the
Yeah.
book.
Let's roll a d4.
Me and Glenn were very good. 2.
There it is. Glad we could help. Okay. You all pay for your room
I've lost my mojo.
and head out. Where are you heading?
Let's go see the bridge.
We were supposed to meet them by the Kai-Fen, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's where we're
First thing in the
going.
morning. Yep. I think.
Let's
After
make
we
sure
did
we
both.
ask him for his name today.
When did we say we were going to meet him there?
At dawn?
At night?
No.
Tomorrow?
Hold on.
What
I
are you
have a
listening?
reference.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Meet in the center of the city the next day.
I did say that just now, but no one believed me.
Oh no! I asked also.
He wanted to ask.
specific
He
time.
asked what time it was by.
All right,
That's
we'll
all.
go now.
What time? The sun is in the morning sky. What time is it? What is that?
I pointed the
Dawn, lunchtime,
It's after dawn. Sun's up.
11sies,
I point
dinner.
Oh, 600, it's hard.
I nudged Zebahim and I point to the Agaz's house and I say, "What kind of unspeakable horror do you suppose lives at this one?"
Yeah. As you guys enter,
I do not
walk
wish to
through,
meet
get to
this
the
one
city
unless we
center.
must.
I would just like to say that I rolled a 13 as our first roll of this Halloween
Like
Oh,
it.
wow.
game.
Like it.
My
The
guess
mask
is
is
this
very
one will
scary.
have hands made out of knives.
Dun, dun.
That is an interesting
I
thought.
came dressed as a guy with forearms.
There you go.
Goro?
So we will walk to
Or-
the Kai-Fen.
We're going to the Kai Fen to see the Icosacast, whose name we don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So you
Guys,
guys.
to Aaron.
You guys get to the city center, and sure enough, and again, as you look, the center of this city is pretty large, right? It's a big open area, and there's about 15 feet of just earth between the Kai-Fen and where the cobblestone starts, right? And people, again, still give a little bit of birth on that cobblestone even as they walk and mill around, going through their business. It is very busy here. It is very busy. People here seem to be probably a little better off than in some of the parts of the city you've seen and walked through, right? As opposed to being in towns where just everyone's poor, right? Is more or less what you've been traveling through since the beginning of this campaign. This is a little bit different. And there you are.
Do I see our friend?
Make a perception check.
There he is.
Is that cocked?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not really, but sure.
It was halfway.
I think it was. You're good.
Which one was it then? It wasn't.
Neither one's very
I won't
good.
say.
So.
I won't say.
It's too late.
It was like, dude, it was like this.
All right, we got a 3. What was that?
It was
range?
like, it was literally halfway.
God didn't win it.
No.
Was it not like this?
Oh.
That's
Or
exactly what it
does
was
he?
like.
Bingo.
So which one? What is that?
He willed it the way he did.
What is it? Which one is it? You tell me. I don't know.
It's a 3. Do we find him?
No. So as you're looking around for a big old bird man, you do not see one.
Maybe he's in the sky.
Well, if I say we doesn't show
I'm
up, we
gonna
just
start trying to make bird noise.
well, if it doesn't show up, we should
Make
just
a
go
performance
to.
All right.
No.
That's
Alright.
awful.
We should just
Don't
go.
do that again.
Please.
We should just.
Oh, I'm lucky, right?
We should. Well, if we can't find him, we should just go to your monastery. That's what, like we're planning on and doing
I
anyway.
agree.
I'm not even particularly sure why we're doing all this.
You're making bird noises and getting some looks, but they're not from bird people.
What are you people doing?
Bingo.
This is a mess.
Bree, what are you doing?
And calling our friend.
We don't even know his name. Don't do that. to
And
me.
that seems very insulting.
Buddy,
Yeah.
why are we doing
It's
this?
like mooing at a cow. They don't like
Children
it.
do that.
I believe we are doing this to discuss with him the imminent construction, ongoing building of.
I knew I'd see you again! And hobbling up from between the legs of some people is Lift,
Lift.
the goblin that you saw the previous day.
Don't you have somewhere to be?
Yes! Let's go!
Where are we
Where are we
going?
going?
This way, come on!
Okay.
Where are you taking us?
Over to that building, over! And he points at this large stone building. It's a bit off towards the other side of the city center, past the Agaz house. Come on!
Okay.
Why would you just go with him here?
Seems
We're here to
What?
meet the. We're here to see the
Seems like a
Aarakocra.
nice guy.
We're here to see the Aarakocra. Why would you go with this?
Why don't you give him a whole hex while
I'll
you're
go
at
with
it?
him.
Okay.
Wasn't he with the Aarakocra yesterday?
No, he was not.
If
No,
Ben
it
had
was
a
Team
whole
Light.
hex,
Oh.
he would give this man and every man a whole hex.
Correct.
What are... And he kind of like stops and rubs his leg where he has the limp and comes back over to you. Are you coming or not?
Why would we come with you?
Because I was told to bring you
By whom?
by the master.
Who is the master?
Big fella with feathers.
Oh.
Oh.
He has me on retainer while he's in the city.
What's his name?
How many times have I said we need to get his name?
Get wrecked.
Roll a persuasion check.
Get wrecked.
This is not what DMs do.
God was it?
God
That's
knows it.
God wills it.
With a natural 20, you get to decide his name.
You don't want me to do it.
A Aaron.
Pressure.
Jump
If it was a natural 1, I would have had to think of it myself, but now if you got a 20, it's all you.
You're just pushing this off on me because you don't have one.
Antonio.
Beowulf.
It's Beowulf.
Just throw it out there.
Yes,
L-E-E.
No.
May he rest
You
in
can make
peace.
you can make it a bird joke.
No, it's not making a bird. Just give him a name.
Why do I have to? I don't want to.
Alright.
No.
His name's
Uh,
Aaron. There. With an I.
Aaron!
With an I.
Aaron?
Yeah.
Aaron! A-A-R-I-N, if I do say, remember correctly, although we don't use that alphabet, but whatever.
Aaron.
I'm impressed you know the alphabet.
Okra.
Matt, if you
Why?
If you had a hold of the alphabet, but
I don't know. You seem a little put offish, so you don't seem like one that would know how to read and write.
Why wouldn't I know how to read and write? If I'm
Very
put
good.
offish, I spend time by myself.
Very rude.
I don't know.
This is evil. He says these things that are mean.
Come on!
We're
that mean
coming.
you
We're
slay-
coming.
Huh?
Does that not
He should slay himself.
Slay him. I'm not even.
What?
I don't know what he's doing. I don't
Yeah.
know him.
Okay.
I'm just
He's
following
walking forward.
yeah.
Body in the world.
Yeah, he
And
leads
is
you
saying these
across,
things that are
and
evil.
he's small, right? He's a small little goblin with a half limp, and people are like half walking into him. He's just like smacking them out of the way as he leads you over towards this building. As you get there, you notice large stone structure, cut stone, so rather impressive and solid looking. In front of the door, with their arms crossed, are two orcs. Now, you haven't seen orcs, right? This city is not frequented by them. It does not seem. These orcs both have half-plate armor in front of them. A big, thick, like shiny metal belt, and a sword handle stuck to their sides, though it doesn't, there's no sheath or blade from the sword handle, right? And they're both just sitting there, not leaning against the building, but standing, arms folded, quite a bit larger than most creatures in the vicinity, although maybe not, but there's a big mamma jamma.
Bree, what are they?
So none of us have seen an orc before.
Yes, was gonna be my question.
You guys probably know what orcs are, but I'm saying you haven't seen them in this city. Anyone trained in history can roll a history check, and Badi can roll a history check.
Yes.
Nobody's
Badi
reading
can roll a
No.
history check.
Fine, no, it's fine. 15.
Yeah, so your check is a little different than other people's, right? Because yours is more racial. Across the Shanhira, in between the rivers, where the large portion of your people fight and hunt and raid, they often fight orcs there. Orcs are the closest thing to a natural enemy that your people have, and I don't know that there's a strict way that your people think of them, right? So I'm gonna entirely, I mean, with everything's left up to you, but even as far as your people, there's no strict way of thinking of, are they like a worthy enemy, or are they just like, well, they're the people we kill. You know what I mean? I think it's a bit ambivalent, especially for people who tend to live on this side. But I think in your younger years, you had gone raiding across.
Oh, yeah.
So I think you would have fought with orcs, right? And some are... no orc group is going to be as big and loud and dangerous as a Prakir-Kruti hunting party, right? They're just not that. So they're actually known to be quite cunning and skillful in order to survive.
Do I know anything about if I have faced them, do I know anything about their belief, like their belief system or their practices, or have I seen them wield any kind of, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like banners, symbols,
15,
idols,
sure.
relics.
This you can roll a religion check.
Sure. 17.
7, yeah, I mean, I'll give that to you. So they worship Grumish.
Okay.
Grumish One Eye,
Okay.
right? Who, in D&D is like the main orc god, head deity, and in this world as well, in the last campaign we played. But yeah, often it's like the cut out eye on it. There is no insignia at all of Grumish on these guys here. That you see. I would say with your role, you would also know. No, I'm not going to say that yet.
All right.
You don't need to know it yet.
What were they guarding again?
The door of the building you're heading towards. Each
Okay.
one's on an opposite side of like these large double doors that are closed.
They are fearsome warriors in their own right.
As you get up, they kind of hands go down, and their hands kind of hover, not menacingly, but just ready over that sword handle, kind of sticking out of their belt.
Gross, digas ndracha.
Says one of them. And your goblin friend says, we're here. They're here to see Lord Aaron.
Hi.
Zergoshkin.
I'll walk past them. I'm not even looking at them.
Make an intimidation check. It's kind of a power play. Right.
Intimidation based on charisma or perhaps my strength, my bearing. 12.
12. Okay. Not the one that spoke. I literally rolled a 12, so I think the one that spoke kind of like half smirks at your brazenness. The other one though kind of steps up and kind of puts a hand in front of you. Like doesn't touch you, but as you're walking puts a hand to where you're gonna go.
What is your purpose here?
I was invited by the Lord.
Not the lord of this house.
By the one called Aaron.
Yes. The ones whose feathers should maybe be plucked.
Seems a little much.
It's kind of mean.
Do you wish to deny me entrance?
I don't think this is wise of you to do.
There's no need to be. We were asked to come here, that's all. That's
By who?
by Aaron.
By this street mouse here.
And points at the goblin.
He's a very nice goblin.
Now.
This door here is guarded.
Is Aaron here?
The other one that was speaking before is kind of laughing at that. He thinks it's funny. And while he was only speaking Orcish, it becomes readily apparent he also speaks the common language, right? But the other one, who I guess is just kind of feeling ballsy today,
I'm not the keeper of birds.
All I asked was if he was here. You must have let him in or saw him fly in. There's no need to be angry.
You seem to dislike him an awful lot.
the other one steps forward and says,
If you will cause no problems,
Oh,
keep all weapons away.
I have not drawn a weapon.
I don't even have any weapons.
My mind is my weapon.
he kind of laughs again, right? He is totally entertained by this whole thing. He
I
says,
like this one.
Oh, I suppose you may enter.
Want to see a trick?
Prick.
No,
Never mind, you don't deserve it.
he does not.
I walk in. I say
he
thanks.
looks a little disappointed.
I walk past him. I say thanks, Dorman.
Stormy.
How do you know this man's name?
He comes from a long line of
So as the goblin kind of hobbling along follows you and starts leading you down the hall, this is a nice building. This is, again, probably the nicest building you've ever seen. It is obvious, and it's 2 stories up, right? So there are large, kind of like staircases off to the side that obviously leads upstairs, but he's leading you down this central corridor as you enter the building. And as you're walking, doors are open to the rooms. So you're seeing several things as you're going. In one of the first Go ahead.
Cast detect magic.
Sure. Okay. So as you're walking, you cast detect magic. In the first room, as you walk, there are two tieflings side by side with a man on the floor, tied, hands behind his back, and bloodied. It is a human. And you hear the tieflings saying, "Will you accept Sazish into your heart?" Smack! And the guy falls. You keep walking.
I pull my hood up higher.
We all saw that?
Yes.
Looks like a party was in there.
The second room you get to, you look up, and there's two men talking, and right behind one of them stands another one of these orcs, right? Who just head snaps and watches you all as you go. The two people, very well dressed as they're having a conversation, seem to entirely ignore you. You walk by another room, and in it seems to be a small table and many books, right? A large collection of books together in a single room. Strange enough in this world that you are in. No one seems to be there, but again, the door is open. There's another door leading through the other way. And the next door you are led into. And he says,
Wait in here! Lord Aaron will be here shortly, I'm sure. I'll find him for you.
okay. In this room, it's another kind of sitting area. There is a table, wooden table, 8 chairs around it, a battle mat in the center. No, there's no battle mat in the center. But much like this, there's a couple other like pieces of furniture, kind of like end tables, kitty cornered by the way, and then a longer piece of furniture on which is a glass case or a glass topped case that seems to be holding something. The goblin walks away, leaving you in the room.
Anything magic?
Yes.
There
Whatever's in that case, the glass top case, is definitely magic.
In this room?
In this room, yes, in the room with you. Bingo.
Black cat.
He's magic too.
Crossed your path.
But that is it that you saw.
What?
Sorry. Just how loudly he's not very graceful.
He's a heavy boy. He's a big boy.
Maybe from Bandit Twitch now. I dropped the cat on the floor.
My God, he's doing fine. I've dropped
We're
him
gonna get
much.
PETA protests.
Oh, good. Free flower.
Sorry.
Good to see more joining the faith, isn't it, Zeph?
How do you like to
Something in that case is magic.
stir the pot?
What
about
kind of
this?
magic?
Ooh.
Stir the pot.
Oh boy,
Yes.
one person that doesn't know how to talk trying to talk to another
You
one.
say these things that upset people. Why do you do this?
I like seeing how they'll react.
This is what you are trying to do with me right now.
I
There's
just
actually a
you
troll
walked
in
by a
this
room where it seems a human was being forcibly converted to your faith. Just wondering how you felt about that.
Okay, so Bree goes. Oh, you go over to the case.
Yeah, how big is it?
Make a perception check.
The will of Sazish is the will of Sazish. That is all I can say about this. If this man wishes to
Sucks.
be of Sazish, then he will.
9?
If he does not, then he won't.
Yeah, 9.
Okay, so you see what's obvious to see. It's a book. It's a big, thick book, which seems to be bound in black leather. And on its front cover, you see the words 6 and 6 descended in service to Sazish.
We saw this before.
We saw what before.
That's
Those
saying.
words.
Those words.
Okay, with a 9, you don't notice anything else in all.
6 and 6 descended what? In service
In
of-
service
On
to
the gate,
Sazish.
at the top of the archway.
That's right.
What does it mean?
Why are you looking at this book?
It's magic.
Do not take anything.
I didn't touch it. It's
It is not yours. This
Why
is
do you
evil to
assume?
do.
It's magic.
Why do you assume that they're gonna take it?
Why would they even? Why would Bree
She-
even look at it?
Possibly.
Because I told her it's
but
magic.
Yes, this is
It's
a problem. Ben, you assume that everybody does the right thing all the time. That everyone is good.
It's easier.
10 assumes that everyone is evil.
How big is the book?
So do I.
Big,
See this?
big kind of like thick tome.
So like,
Yeah. It's a two-hander.
Is it written in common?
written in
Oh,
Infernal.
no, it's not.
Is it in
Actually,
Infernal?
it is definitely an infernal. So you might have had to ask,
But
your
do you
friend
read
to
it?
That is my bad. Sorry.
Is the case open?
Professionally.
It's closed.
Like locked?
No,
or
there's no lock on it.
Can I
No.
Barbarians can't
I'm gonna
speak
go
of
over
it.
to the
Here we
case,
go.
and then I'm just gonna like
No.
look inside,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna take it. I just want to open the case
I
and
would,
touch it.
Yeah.
I would try to stop you from touching the case because I think that
Oh,
you
okay.
shouldn't be touching it.
I mean, he's sitting there trying to.
Shouldn't touch that.
I'm just want to.
So
Yeah,
the
but
book,
no.
the book
But
is in the case?
so I think as you do, it pops open easily enough, and then you were like, no.
Leave this alone.
Yes.
We are meeting with the man who is does not even live here.
I understand. I just wanted to touch it.
Why? For what reason?
It looks.
That leads to
Nice.
trouble.
I don't steal.
Yeah, because
Ben, I don't know what you do.
what if it was trapped?
I've never stolen in front of you.
It's
Not
just-
in front of
You
me.
wanted to touch
The
it.
case is partially open. It did not. It didn't close back down.
There.
Whatever the hinges are, like as it opened, it stayed where you opened it to.
There,
So,
and
it's-
I understand.
No, you cannot fix
Alright.
this.
so you go and you poke it. It's leather. It feels
It's
like
very
leather.
nice. And then I'll close the thing.
Baron, I get the compulsion to want to touch things that are thick and bound in leather, but don't.
It was.
You
not-
usually get in trouble for that.
it was interesting. I'm not gonna take it. I have no use for a book.
What if it was cursed?
You cannot read.
I can't even read.
You
What?
cannot read.
What if
truly.
touching it cursed you?
I can't read whatever that is.
You might be cursed now.
Possibly.
That would make him evil. You
We
should
go
kill
sit
him.
in the corner
No,
and
not all
really
curses make
think.
someone evil. They just
Think
make
about
bad
this.
things happen to you.
Damn, I almost got him to kill Ben.
Baron, Baron, if you can understand me,
I'm
you're
in
cursed.
the middle of.
The book was an infernal.
I can tell that you're speaking more.
So, if you can understand me, that means that you know infernal now.
I'm not.
Indo, what are you saying? I cannot understand you.
I'm not listening.
Footsteps coming down the hallway
Oh.
that you hear as eventually Aaron the Aarakocra enters into the room. Barefoot, obviously, because his big ass bird feet wouldn't fit in shoes.
She said he had shoes on.
What?
You just said he had shoes on and made us figure it out. Like just told us he was wearing shoes, and then we had to like
Imagine
do
with
the
that.
mental
what
gymnastics to figure out figure out what that would look
Ronald
like.
McDonald
That's the
shoes.
thought that came to my mind. The Ronald McDonald was the first thought. With
Yeah.
the striped socks and all.
That's it.
I was not thinking about whether they sharp.
Hey guys, I'm here to teach you. No.
I want to eat only McDonald's.
Thank you for coming. And as he walks in, he closes the door behind him.
Free advertisement.
I don't
Yes.
think I think everyone on the planet knows what McDonald's is.
Yes, that's right.
Why have you called us here?
Please have a seat.
Sure.
Why are you so aggressive? towards
I'm already
this girl?
sitting down.
That's how I talk.
Jeez.
It's just her voice.
And he comes over and
I think she's
Um,
quite sweet.
he does not sit down. Glad you are able to come. If you are all willing, I have a job for you. Work. Honest work.
We will consider this for
Sure.
compensation.
Of course.
We could use it.
I'd like a new shirt.
Points, Ben. Points.
Yes.
I can present you with
You can buy a shirt.
a chest of silver.
A chest of silver.
Yes.
This is
Like a chest made of silver or a chest that has silver in it.
Or both.
a chest filled with silver.
That
Well, you
is
never know.
correct.
Is
You-
it a small
trying to
chest
trick
or
us.
a
No,
big
you are not
chest? That's
very
kind of
well versed in this.
subjective.
This
Well,
seems
what if he was trying to
very-
trick us and we?
It is.
The money is
Oh, okay.
unnecessary. What would you?
Shut up.
What?
So
No.
I'll take his.
Baron is right. Anyone who discusses payment before the work is hiding something. What is the job?
Oh.
I was hoping that you could find out who it is that has been attacking, destroying, and attempting to sabotage the building of the dam on the outskirts of this city.
Wait, I thought you didn't want the dam.
I do not.
want the dam.
Oh.
However, I believe if these attacks continue, then the dam itself will be built, and there will be nothing we can do to stop it.
I don't want it to be built.
I don't understand.
I think what you are trying to say is, if they attack, they make it worse and make them want to build it more.
Yes, and also, further attacks and escalation will increase the security upon the dams. If my people in the future decide the dams must go, we are prepared to do that. However, if the Goronoon are hired to defend it, I fear we will be unable.
To
Are those the orcs?
Yes. The Goronoon are the private security of the Aga in this city. She won them to her side and brought them here. However, they are contracted out to different jobs around the city here. In Chaal Nagar, there is no better and no more expensive security than the Goronoon. And once they have a contract, those contracts do not expire. If the Aga feels they must contract the Goronoon to watch and defend the dam, they will do so in perpetuity.
I don't like you very much.
What?
Tell us of the attacks
Oh,
that have
they-
happened.
Yeah.
I do not know too much. I do know that people have been killed. I do know that structures have been destroyed and foundations weakened.
In what way? Like, did they just come and do it, or did they use some sort of like
I'm not sure.
explosives?
I'm not sure entirely.
When did these attacks occur?
Or at least when was the most recent?
The most recent was only a few days ago.
Damn, if we walked faster, we could have been here for it.
The last day of the Great Rain.
Oh, no.
But they have been going on for a while now. At first, construction on the dam seemed as if it was going just fine. I was working diplomatically to try and stop this construction, of course, as I am here to do. But
I'd like to check.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you want to check?
Insight. If he's telling the truth. 15.
Very hard to read. He's a Birdman. You don't really know how to read Birdman faces. His eyes dart very quickly from person to person, and the head keeps kind of doing weird things too. I rolled a natural 19. Very difficult to read.
The orcs that are here,
yes,
they're always here. Now that they protect the Aga.
the Goronoon do not leave the city. They are tied to this current Aga.
Okay.
She has been able to keep her power for quite some time with their protection. No one will rise against her.
This would be foolish.
To rise against the Aga, yes. One may take control of Chaal Nagar for a brief time, but undoubtedly the Goronoon, though their numbers are not large, would lay waste to much of this city and any power structures that came to be in the wake.
Have any other groups besides your own voiced opinions on the building?
Yes, the delegation from the southern end of the valley have reservations about this dam going up.
Wait, what delegation? That most of the towns don't mingle with each other. Or at least that's what one person told us.
I'm sorry. I always forget. Though I've been here a while, it's difficult to remember that your view is so terrestrial. Further south, there is a university where many of the valley go for higher levels of learning and discussion. This university has quite a bit of power. The gentleman that I was speaking to yesterday when I came across you is from the university and represents the interests of the southern Shanhira Valley and Rusrael in particular.
Okay.
They fear giving control of the river to northern cities could be damaging.
Or the one northern city.
Correct. I don't know what more information I can give you.
I'm someone that prefers to know exact amounts. How many points in this chest would this be?
This is a good question.
The chest is not in points. It is in miscellaneous silver, goblets, pieces of jewelry. I have brought it down with me from the mountains. We do not melt silver down into points there, although I know there are places in the city where you can have that done to make it more easily tradable.
Could I examine this? Would that be acceptable?
I do not have it here.
We are doing a lot to trust you.
You are examining. You are investigating happenings in the city.
Maybe we are not.
It might be difficult. Us trying to talk to most people
Who
who
do
don't
you-
trust us.
I cannot trust anyone that is from this city.
Who do you think is doing these attacks? That is where the real danger lies.
There are many factions in Chaal Nagar, many people vying for power. For all I know, it is the southern delegation. For all I know, the Aga herself has reasons of doing this.
Why would the Aga do this?
I do not know. I don't know why anyone would. The city itself seems to benefit from the building of this dam. But I don't know of anyone outside of the city who would have the ability to take out these attacks without being seen. Certainly the nearby towns would not have the capabilities of this. What I'm trying to do is think of a reason why someone would do this, but I've been unable to do that. It leaves me at a loss.
If the Aga wanted her own guards posted at the dam, she might stage these attacks
The
to
Aga,
make it seem like they were needed.
the Aga could order it if she wants. The dam's construction and therefore its defense are matters of the city. If she wished to pay all that money to have it guarded by the Goranun, then she could decide to do that.
But ordering it is different than if it seems necessary.
Perhaps. If this is the line of inquiry we are going down, we would have to ask then who would be upset at impropriety from the Aga.
So rather than standing around all day and guessing this or that, you want us to simply find out who it is and report it back to you.
Please report it to me.
With evidence, I'm assuming. Or our word.
Do you want them taken alive or dead?
If you can take them alive, that would be wonderful. The more evidence I have to show, the better. For them, the more likely it will be
Do you have a preference and variety of evidence? Head, fingers?
You can bring me any head you find, I imagine. But a head, I don't know how that would help me convince others of the guilt of said head.
How about weapons?
Whatever you can find, whatever information you can glean.
Okay.
How would we have any assurance that we would not be then found guilty of these attacks? We need
Wow,
some
way to
proof.
jump on my back, body.
We need some proof we work for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would help you too much.
Can't just write something up and sign it and at least.
My life is worth a whole lot more than a few silver goblets, my friend.
I'll put it this way, Aaron. If I return from the dam holding a severed head and another in chains, I know who will be found guilty of attacking the dam.
If it is the guards of the dam, then you would probably be found guilty. Yes.
Who guards the dam currently?
Tieflings, mercenaries in the employ of the city.
Are we allowed?
To investigate.
Perhaps I can get some sort of letter from my friends in the southern delegation. That might get you further. I don't have much clout in this city. Otherwise, I would investigate myself.
So I say this is what we do. We should set up ourselves in a hidden location overlooking the dam and wait it out for a day or two and observe. That's the best thing we can do right now. Rather than
those questions.
Because if we go and talk to the people there first, we've tipped them off that they're being observed anyway.
Why don't you discuss? I will see if I can get something from the southern
I'm gonna
delegation.
walk up to him and I'm gonna say, "I'll help you." And I'll try and shake his hand, although I probably doesn't know what that means.
And he grabs your hand. And his hands are big, right? He has these long fingers with like talons at the end of them. And as they go around, they dig just a little into your hand. Right? He's not squeezing to hurt you, but you feel it, and you're like, "Wow, those talons would probably hurt." He says, "I will return." And he leaves, and he closes the door behind him.
Okay.
So it's a classic stakeout operation.
What is this classic stakeout?
So here's
When you lay the steak out for a long time.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
It makes the
that
meat
sounds terrible.
Ferments.
So what we're gonna do is, like I said, we'll find the location of the dam.
You know where the dam is.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the location of the dam.
Part 1
and then-
done. Good. We're making progress.
Oh Jesus.
These people are evil.
Why don't you draw it?
Attacking the dam.
On the map.
Sure. I'm gonna take my
That
knife
are
out and
attacking the
jam
dam.
it into the
Take your
wood
money
of the
and
tree.
Yeah. We have to kill them.
So here's what is
He wants them
what's
alive.
the terrain around the dam look like?
Kill some of them.
It's a river.
Thank you. What is the terrain around the river?
It's a bit rather flat.
Riverland.
river valley.
Grasslands, fairly muddy after several days of rain.
No like
No, you're
rocks,
in a
no
valley.
trees, no nothing.
You're in a valley, man. There every once in a while there are trees, but they're really right? It would be like you hiding behind like a flagpole or something. It'd be very cartoonish to try to hide behind the few disparate trees along the river.
Unless you're May.
How you'd have difficulty? I mean, it's literally like
But I
a
can.
hole.
I might be able
Sure
to make us
can.
invisible.
For how long?
It only has to be one size bigger than me for.
I've never done it before.
A creature.
Oh.
I could just go ask them.
Ben, this has not worked well in the past.
Ask the people if they saw who did it.
Don't you think they would already have reported that if they're the guards of the dam?
Maybe. Maybe they have a little bit more
You have so much to learn.
evidence.
No.
They might know
What if
more than you.
Refill my cranberry juice.
What if we try to ask some of the seedier characters in the town?
You could also investigate.
I'm just
and
gonna
see
go
what type
ask
of damage happened.
Ben, you do that. You know
I
what?
will.
Let Ben do whatever he wants.
I don't like asking around about it.
Why not?
You could put someone on our trail.
It could.
If you're going to do something, you don't go around talking about it before you do it. You just do it.
This is not what
This
we
is
are
a
trying. We are
good
trying
idea.
to gather.
No, we're
information.
trying to catch them in the act, kill all of them save one, and bring the survivor back to
What
Aaron.
is your plan?
Body is correct.
That's a good idea.
This is Buddy's plan.
So, just to lay out what you have, the last attack was the last day of the rain, which was
4 days ago.
early morning of the 10th. Today is the
Knocks-
14th.
knocks you know.
Yeah,
But the only time it was attacked?
It's the last time.
that's the last time it was
It's been
attacked.
attacked.
So it's
prior
been
to that.
several days.
So we are going to wait for days and days until this happens.
I have no inclination to be here whatsoever.
You seemed awfully interested in that chest of silver.
This is true, you know.
Money is money.
I could have gotten a shirt from that.
I don't think this is wise to wait around all
If you
day,
really
all
need a
night
shirt, I'll
for
buy you
this
a
to
shirt.
happen. It could not happen.
I don't want a shirt.
There are other ways to find what you need without, how do you say, starting trouble.
Yes, but if we're in the city talking to people, when the dam is attacked again, we will have failed in our mission.
Someone will find
So maybe
out.
we split up then. Or we take shifts.
I'll go with Buddy.
We could rotate.
I like her idea.
Somebody could watch for a few hours. We change place. Somebody else watch for a few hours. We change place. There's many of us.
What if you tip them off?
Ben, we run that risk if we are anywhere near the dam anyways.
We should definitely inspect it to see what type of damage was.
What of this?
It would help.
If we even go near it, we could tip them off.
Perhaps?
Maybe we
Especially if it's the gods.
Maybe we should get the Agaz permission to investigate this.
No.
No, I
I'm
don't think
not
so.
dealing-
The
with
god
anymore.
could be involved in this.
It is possible. Unlikely, I think.
You and Inda should see if you can get assigned to guard the dam.
Ooh.
This is a
As
good
mercenaries.
That is
we
not.
would
Actually, that is actually a very good idea, buddy.
idea. This is a good idea. How do you think of that?
Excuse me?
That was a good idea. That was quick. We've
Yes.
only been planning for
He's
like 2
not
minutes.
saying that you can't or couldn't have come up with it.
I'm just surprised. That was
He's
very
just-
fast. We
He
think
is
of that as a-
admiring how
You
how
He
good
thinks
of-
you're
are-
impressive.
Tieflings, correct? Tieflings guard the dam. I could not get assigned to guard the dam.
Okay.
This is a good idea.
Bree
Let us go.
could not either.
We
They
could
probably
probably
laugh
watch
at
at
Bree.
this.
She might. They
So-
might. They might.
Who could
think
we
it's a
ask
joke.
about this, dear God?
It won't be a joke when I kill you in your sleep.
I suppose.
We could ask those orcs
I don't
outside.
see.
Oh.
Yes.
Roll a wisdom save.
What did you do?
He touched the book.
Hope you turn into a tower.
What did you say?
I
Wisdom.
hope it's low.
That's the one.
Ooh.
6.
I always wish it.
15.
Wow.
There you go.
There's a book in that one.
Listen,
Do I feel like attracted to the book? Like am I being pulled toward the book?
No, that's just you doing this.
Is Baron
That's Tony.
attracted to the book?
I'm attracted to the book because I want the power. But Baron, is Baron feeling some type of
Lucius coming on? Yeah, I don't know.
I want to
Some cross characters right now.
I don't know.
You're next.
okay?
I'm pretty sure it's the way he drops them.
Should be our note.
Ben, why do you touch this book?
It was interesting. It reminds me of a book that I had at the monastery.
You can't read.
in the.
I can't. It just.
He didn't try to read, he just poked it with his finger.
All book is written in
All
Arabic.
books look the same.
Ben could not even read it.
I know. I don't know why he's.
They look the same, and it was interesting.
Let's go. Let's go talk to the.
Do we want to look at the book?
I mean, it was in there. I don't see any reason to touch it
Okay,
at all.
let's go.
Where are we
it's not
going?
meant for us.
We are going to try and get a job defending.
You are, not
Yeah.
me.
As they say,
We are going to go to a guy's house.
Don't go to the Agaz house.
So we asked
The orcs, yes, the orcs.
we asked the stupid orcs.
The orcs are not guarding the dam. Is no one paying attention?
They know people who do.
No, they are not assigned to guard the dam currently. He just said that.
Here we're
The worry is they will someday be assigned to guard the dam.
All right, we will
So we'll
walk to
just
the.
go to the dam and
we
ask
will-
for a
yes,
job.
we will walk
Body is
there.
everything every DM wants to say.
Somebody must be in charge over there.
Why don't you go to the... Don't they worship here somewhere?
Of course.
You are in service of Sajish, correct?
Yes, but
You
you
can
are
use
about to cross a line, so beware of what you say next.
You can use it to gain their trust.
It's the long
I
form
could
PvP.
possibly do this.
We should go.
That's like a really good idea.
What do you want to do, Baron?
Let's go stare at the dam.
All right.
Go ahead. We'll meet you there.
As the
Ben,
door-
I hope that we somehow think you are attacking it and get a chance
That's
to
my long con.
attack you.
I'm gonna have Beer trying to dance so you guys kill each other.
You all seem to be quite far in your planning. As Aaron re-enters the room with a piece of paper.
I was just about to leave.
Please go.
Well,
What do you know about that book over there?
Oh god.
Why did you ask him?
he kind of goes
That's
over
my book.
I can read it. You can.
and looks down at it and says, I'm afraid I can't read it.
Oh, I can read it, but I just did not know. You seem to know a lot of things.
Is there like a plaque on it?
Are you asking?
I'm asking you as the DM. Is there like a plaque in front of it? Like it's in a case, maybe they're
No. It's it's a display, right? Like it's a glass top. You're supposed to be able to see what's in it. It's kind of like
the book.
it's kind of plush. And
do not
the front. There's nothing that says "do not touch." There's nothing that says anything about it. It's angled. It's not flat, right? It's angled so slightly, so you kind of have to be over it to see. But it's almost like, makes it easier to see by being slightly angled within there. And it just has that inscription along the front. It is bound in black leather. The pages look old.
It is just odd that the book sits here with the same words as the city.
What do you mean?
When we walk in the city, it says those same words at the top.
What?
Of the archway.
He can't read the words.
I know, but the symbols would look the same.
Have you ever actually walked through the archway, or did you just like fly in?
Not often. Although, I mean, they don't mean much to me. What does it mean?
Well, this is difficult for me to explain. I don't really know. But the book would probably tell.
Why don't you read the book?
I don't know if I should do that.
It's out. They left it right here in a glass case.
There are not many secrets here in this building.
If that's the case, we should read the book.
I'm gonna open the case.
Not you,
He
Ben.
said,
You cannot read this
all right,
book.
you open the case.
I'll take the book
And
out.
you pull it. It's heavy.
I'll
he says,
grab it from him.
I will. Okay. So,
I'm gonna obviously try to stop.
Oh.
all right. Roll.
They gotta tear the book in half. It's gonna be great.
Athletics checks. You roll at advantage because it's already in your hand. Or you have to roll athletics. You can roll athletics or acrobatics, whatever you choose, Baron.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. 18.
Because it's like grapple rules.
17.
Oh, so he's quick, but you're just that much
I'm
quicker.
not stealing it.
Please don't.
You can't even read it.
Don't destroy it.
Give me the book.
I don't imagine that.
I will tell you what it says.
It's so loud in here. Let me know if you need it.
And he turns and leaves, opens the door.
The words aren't going to change, Ben.
Closes
You can't
it.
read
The
it.
second you open it, Baron
Sucked in the
disappears.
book.
He abso-fucking-lutely gets sucked into the book.
Well,
It falls. I think you were just over the table, and it falls just over the table. And you see that the words, the pages were blank, but as he's sucked in, from it come words written in Infernal. What do you guys do?
I'll be back in 3 weeks. Everyone.
I'll read.
No, wait. If we just walk away now.
I closed the book, put it back in the case.
Did you? What are you doing? Are you reading it or are you closing it?
I picked it up
Okay.
and I put it in the case.
Okay. Stop. Baron.
Yes. Well, it was nice knowing everyone.
are you also going back where in the book? Walk out the...
Never speak of this.
I will tell you now, if Baron dies,
backwards walk. I prestidigitation the case to get rid of any fingerprints.
if he dies, the next character will be the worst. The worst character you have ever met, ever.
Baron.
Good. I don't know how you'd be better.
Roll a percentile. And before you roll,
How do I cheat?
I don't have a chart in front of me.
Steve.
I want to let you know what you're rolling for. Sometimes I don't tell you guys what you're rolling for, like in my mind, but I want to see what you get, and then okay. The higher the number, the worse it is. That's what you're rolling for.
100, 0, 0, 0.
You
Let's
just
go.
found the Necronomicon.
I know, I'm so powerful. If I make it out of this, I'll be fine. 47.
Okay.
That's it.
About average.
That's the same thing I go for the size of my junk.
That was higher than 47.
I lied.
D&D.
I lied. Wow, you're making me question the integrity of every dice roll.
fictional
Okay.
character's junk.
Baron.
Yes.
There is rushing wind all around you, and everything is pitch black. A blackness your dark vision cannot penetrate. You're on.
Magic that I detect from the book.
Not good.
Damn it!
The ground is kind of shifting around you, right? As you're doing it. And let me see what language you speak. I forget that I have it in front of me.
Common
and
Dwarvish.
Dwarvish. You don't understand, but you hear the rolling thunder of this evil, awful voice coming. You don't understand it. What do you do?
Hello?
You call out.
That's
literally-
That's fucking ballsy.
I can't understand you.
Okay.
Where else can I go? I can't see
Roll
anything,
for death.
right?
You can't see anything.
Okay.
What did before you
Nope.
proceed? Sorry.
Nope.
What did?
No, you're not up, buddy.
Okay.
Sorry, dude.
I'm dying right now. At least let me have my death in peace.
It's fine.
So you hear that, and
We'll
you
never know
hear
what he found.
shifting near you. What sounds as if it's metal grating on metal. You again hear a voice, but closer, and it says, and ooh, does an 11 hit?
No.
What sounds to be rustling metal coming for you, and you just move out of the way as something heavy and strong whips by your face. What do you do?
As a reaction, can I use a reaction right now?
Sure.
I didn't hold my action.
Go for it. Yeah, you can use a react. You can definitely use a reaction after this.
I'm gonna use deflect missiles because it's a projectile, correct?
Yeah,
And
kind of.
it didn't hit me. So
It's
never
not.
mind.
It's not considered a projectile
It didn't-
anyway.
It's not.
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. Can I see any? I can't see
You can
anything.
see
right?
nothing.
I can't go anywhere.
The ground under your feels soft as if it's shifting under your feet, but you can certainly move.
I'll try to slowly step back.
Away from it?
Yeah.
Sure.
And wait.
You step back, you kind of freeze and wait, and you hear the crunching of what seems to be footsteps through terribly coarse, I don't even want to say sand or rocks or gravel, whatever it is, but you hear the boots grating against it as you go, and you hear like a chinking of metal as something else is coming towards you, and you kind of like are ready and wait for it, and you're back in the room. You watch Baron as you the second your book closes, almost like warp himself out of it, and he's back standing there. What are the schools of magic? I don't.
I told you were cursed.
I don't know why.
Illusion, enchantment, conjuration,
Transmutation.
Abjuration, divination,
Evocation.
evocation, yep.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Necromancy.
Necromancy.
That wasn't
Um,
necromancy.
No, it's not necromancy.
Oh.
That's not a school
No, it's not.
in this world.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Not a recognizable known school of magic. So yeah, there you are. You didn't read it, right?
No.
You didn't look at
I
it.
just want
I mean, it became quite readable, obviously. Like
I
once
mean,
it
I
was
would have
there.
tried. Like, look at it.
Sure.
It was on the floor.
Make a perception check, quick, since he had it. Wasn't on the floor. It fell right on the table. So I think you could have. Roll a perception check to see.
Depends on what was in there too.
16.
Okay. I think you skimmed the page that was up as the smoky ink kind of comes from out of nowhere and saturates the page. And you look very quickly and you skim. And it's talking about the random page that it was open to, with the 47 or whatever you rolled. It talks about, you notice phrases like the 12 seeming to go to Sazish, to request something, and in that quick, second, right? That's what you get.
So I'm back in the room.
Ben.
I would also say you got more than 15. You know how at the top of the page of book sometimes it says like what the name of the book is. That's probably very uncommon in this fantasy world when books are hand script. Like, why are we going to spend the time writing the name of the book on the top? But this book had it. It's the Book of the 12.
Is the book's closed now in my hands?
In his hand.
Yeah, in mine. We stopped doing that. I told you not to do that, and you did it. And I want you to know that if you didn't come back, I was going to leave. I want you to just know
I'm
that.
not listening. I'm gonna try and grab the book from him.
No.
Okay. Athletics or acrobatics at advantage. Athletics.
17.
Oh, sorry.
That's a
D12 is not
My
gonna.
bad. My bad.
That one's fine,
Yeah.
dude. I don't care.
Natural 20.
Fine, open the book
He
again.
is a
Fuck
dwarf, but man is he quick. And I think you guys forget that until, Baron acts kind of awkward sometimes, but every once in a while, you see this absolute precision where he snaps into exactly what he needs, and his hand, almost without thinking, just reaches out, grabs. Oh, that's kind of fun. I'm sorry, I got the screen in front of me, and my hand appears on the other screen, and I go like this, and just you out the book.
And then I'm gonna take the book and I'm gonna put it into kind of in my pants, cover it, and then tie my pants. None of you can touch that.
Put it back! I'm gonna say in Infernal, you stupid dwarf. You're going to get yourself killed.
Put it back.
On the break, I'll look more closely at the schools and really figure out what school of magic this should be.
No one should have this book.
None of us are trying to have it.
They shouldn't have it.
Maybe they should.
What did you see?
It's their book.
What did you see?
I didn't see anything.
What happened?
It's a feeling.
Where'd you go?
What happened?
Do I believe him?
You were gone for a few minutes.
Seconds. Actually, 1 second.
Believe what?
Oh, you said 1
Do
second.
I believe that he didn't really see
6
anything?
seconds, whatever it is, whatever 1 round is.
Is that what he said?
Because he said
I mean-
go and read.
So So unless it's something like a secret, like a backstory type thing, I don't love rolling player versus player too much. So I'm gonna obviously you got we as players were all at the table, and I'll kind of like let you make that determination.
Yeah, I
for
don't
your
believe
character.
you. You clearly did saw something, otherwise you wouldn't be having this whole issue about it.
I told you it was a feeling.
Well, what did you feel?
You took the book that is not yours.
Now you are
Twice now.
So this is something.
And you said you did not want the book.
The book is evil. And I don't want the
So
book.
that's
and I don't
double
want
evil.
them to
How
have
do
the
you
book.
know the book is evil? You can't even read it.
It felt bad. It felt like something they shouldn't have. No one should have this book.
You do not get to say.
Do you know what the saying outside the city means?
I said the truth earlier. I don't really know what it means. I have an idea of what it means.
'Cause this is the Book of the 12. That's what it said on top. It's the name of the book.
I think
I would have some idea of what that means, correct?
Absolutely not.
I
Okay.
leave.
Okay. You get
I'm
up.
going-
Not even given some of my
I'm going to go
history
outside, like by where the orcs are.
and background.
Okay. You don't know what this book is. You've never heard of anything like it.
No.
You have never heard of the 12.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
The 12 we're going to search for.
You don't know
Saz-
that.
Saz-
It doesn't mean
Sazish.
anything to you.
And that's all I got
The
from
12 what?
I don't know, it just calls them the 12.
If you give me the book, I can read it.
I don't think we
want
should
to
open it.
Are you
I do want to open
Are you
it.
trained in religion?
I am.
You're a
You
paladin.
don't want to go there. It's
Never
fine.
mind.
Yep. Well, it's kind of like having a cleric that isn't.
I don't know what. I don't know whoever.
I still met my god. This is-
Big spoiler. This.
I-
Give me the
It
book.
didn't feel good. No!
Watch what happens if you give it to me.
Just put
Absolutely
the book
not.
back where it was.
Yes.
They shouldn't have it.
Put it. That's not for you to decide.
It is not your property.
I'm outside, yeah? I'm going to be out by where the...
Out.
With the... Like, outside.
Yeah. I think you just left the door open and just kind of took
Yeah.
off down the hall, like
I'm not-
storming down.
Yeah, I'm just...
Walking by these rooms. As you do, as you go by, the other room where the two people were talking, now just one is sitting, and he's sitting there with a big goblet, and he's almost being thoughtful, and that orc is still standing there, right, thoughtfully. At this point, the other man that he was speaking to earlier is in the room with the books, looking kind of feverishly through them, trying to find something. And as you walk by that first room, you see a tiefling. There were two in the room before. One is back leaning against the wall, just kind of standing. The other one is kneeling, face to face with the human. Grabs the human's face in his hands and says, "Yes, take Sazish." And he kisses him on the forehead, and the human is weeping. And he's weeping in a combination of fear and pain and ecstatic joy as you just, like, walking quick, barrel out, open the doors, and just walk towards the city center. This is the point at which I think we can take a quick break. Yeah. We're going to take just 10 minutes. If you noticed, dear watchers, all the super cool character art that we have next to people's names that are also hopefully a little easier to read this week. Every week we're working on fixing this just a little bit more.
Every week.
If you stay tuned and just check it out during the break, you can see that are a little more up close. It's really cool. It might give you more of an idea of just the visual, I think, of this campaign and this session. We'll be back in just 10 minutes. Thank you so much. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's try again. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Just update over the break. The book is, what did we say? Divination School of Magic. Little fun fact for all you out there. I think that's where we are. So Inda kind of walks off, is kind of like just breathing deep, pretty pissed off out in the streets of Chaal Nagar. The rest of you are still in that room.
Give me the book, Ben. I will read what it says.
I'm gonna take the book out of my pants, throw it on top of the fucking glass, and then walk out.
Okay. Yeah, you just follow as the book just.
And then the only thing I'll say is,
hits.
if you want to deal with it, go ahead.
I will.
Oh.
Okay.
I say we just put it away.
You can read it,
Yeah.
right?
Yup.
If the same thing happens to me, you read the book quickly. Okay?
Yup.
I'm going to open it
Oh fuck.
and see what happens. I'm gonna flip to the
You
cover.
deserve what do you get? It's just yelling.
You just walk back,
ranting down.
look in the door.
Ranting down the
I have a
hall.
strange gut. I have a strange gut feeling.
Sure.
So I'm gonna take out that canteen of devil blood.
Sure.
I have,
Oh my god.
and I'm going to
Time.
take
Red
a
time.
sip of
Oh,
it.
can you please take that away from him?
Make
He'll
a
eat it.
Constitution saving throw. Let's see when you got this blood. So you got this blood
Thank you.
5 days ago.
What?
So this
like
is
to play with them?
5-day
No.
congealed
That's
I don't
okay.
like that.
demon blood.
Yeah, 20. 30, 20.
You're able to kind of choke it down like Daenerys chomping on a
I
heart.
only took a sip.
That's it.
So.
All right. Sure.
You.
It's still liquidish,
Liquid
little chunky.
It's like drinking 8-month-old milk.
It's like liquid
That's
haggis.
disgusting.
Ugh.
Join us.
Not
please.
haggis.
I'm not there.
He's not there.
No, I meant, join the stream.
Sit down.
I'm gonna
Jesus
put my
Christ.
hand on the cover and kind of touch the words.
Sure.
And then open it.
You get sucked into the book.
I begin to read any words that show up.
You just open to a random page. No, you opened it.
Did you open a random page?
No, I opened the front cover.
Oh, you just opened to the front.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I'm gonna sit down for a while. So standing up, I was like, I don't know why. I think because we're watching The West Wing, but I was like, what if I had to do a filibuster in Congress? I'm like, you couldn't lean against something. I couldn't do it. I'm gonna sit down while we do this.
Do it. That reminds me of
You
Parks
couldn't
and
read an
Rec.
entire cookbook?
Oh yeah, Parks and- they had a good filibuster.
Filibuster.
Yep, that's a good one too. All right, what do we got? I'm also dry.
I'm not as sophisticated as you.
What are you? I thought you just opened the page 1. Why are you rolling? Why are you rolling?
Yeah, oh no, save it.
Okay.
I'm not rolling until he says he's done, because if he knows it's bad,
Oh.
you might want to close the book faster.
Okay.
I am reading.
Okay, you start at the beginning. How long are you gonna take?
I'm gonna read this. So,
Sure.
is it when he open? Is it just the cover? So there's one page to read.
Title page, dedication.
ISBN.
So the first page, there's no writing.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Bree. If I get sucked in for turning the pages, you need to close the book.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is kind of like an inscription. It says, the Book of the 12.
And in the beginning.
It says, well, along with the Book of the 12,
Just way to make Matt write an entire book. On
it says. No, that's probably all it says. Okay. Yeah.
Flip.
Yeah. Okay. And then, it now begins.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm
gonna?
skimming.
So you're skimming.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. How much do you want to read?
All of it. Make him write the whole book.
Oh God. Make him write the whole book.
I'm gonna read.
In the
It's
beginning.
a big page, it's a thick book. He's gonna read the whole thing.
I'm gonna read for 30 seconds and then close the book.
Okay, I mean, this is skimming a few pages. Then,
Yeah.
Right? Sure. Okay, roll. See if it survives 30 seconds.
How many is that?
54.
54%.
Dull.
You deserve that.
Okay. I already have half a face. So. I'm all in, baby.
Can't get much worse.
Yeah, rip
Wow.
out one of his horns.
It's just a flesh wound.
Okay, where are you? Oh my god. See, now this is me doing this off the top of my... It's almost easier when it's just, let's open to a random page. Well, I can just say a random thing. Okay, so... You look out. And you're on top of a hill. A hill of shards of broken stone that seem almost like glass-like, right? In their sharpness, almost as if stone that has shattered into these broken, jagged shards. And this hill just falls away from you on all sides. You're exactly on the crest of it. And as you look out, there are just mounds and mounds of these rolling, broken, jagged, stony hills in every direction that you look around. They crunch beneath your feet as they slide together under your shoes. The sky is dark. There are dark clouds covering, and every once in a while with the rolling thunder, there's a flash, a crack of lightning, but you see nothing else around. What do you do?
I'm going to say, Sazish, what is it you want me to find in this book? And I'll cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay. Okay. You can also roll a religion check.
Sure.
Sure. Armor of Agathis.
That's a natural 19, minus 1 is 18. That's the third
Just
time.
this.
That's the third time that's happened, by the way.
Okay.
On my religion rolls.
You get a sense of where you are. And it's very fleeting and it's very strange. You feel as if you're not where you are. And something about it, you're in a book, right? This is not a place. It's the remembrance of a place.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean there aren't dangers.
Okay.
As from below, a hand shoots out and grasps onto you. Or at least it attempts to. Give me half a second. I gotta open to a page and roll to attack.
Wasn't this the dream sequence in Man of Steel?
In what?
Wasn't this the dream sequence in Man of Steel? With all the bones of the Kryptonians?
Man of Steel? Oh, Superman? I didn't see it. Okay. So, this is what I get. It's long. There's a lot of monsters.
All of them attack you. Every monster from the book.
Look what you started.
I'm not in there.
I'll
with
come
you.
prepared with
They
the
I'm not
are
talking.
table of
I'm talking to
contents.
Tony. Look what you
Really?
started.
I'm an awful player. What can I say?
Okay.
Sorry, Tony, you're too charismatic to hate.
And bald.
Everything's my fault.
Okay.
You should've come out of the
That's
book
gonna
cover in
be good. This is good content right here. It's a 12 to hit. All that and it doesn't even hit, does it?
No.
A hand comes up and you jump back as this hand then grabs on another and this large stony form starts to pull itself with these shards of stone kind of falling down around it down the hill as it's pulling itself up in front of you. Large, right? This massive form rearing up. What do you do?
Well, before it gets totally out,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just take my hammer out and swing.
Well, attack. Go for it.
That's an 18.
18 will definitely hit. Yeah. Roll for damage.
That's a 6.
6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It does not seem to take the full brunt of it as your hammer knocks into it, and you feel like you hit the side of a building. Right, your arms kind of like lock up a bit, and they're shaking as this thing then continues to pull itself out. This language erupts from it that sounds like stones rubbing in together. And it is going to go back again and take 2 attacks at you. The first one is going to be a natural 20. So let's do that. That's 9, double is 18. Plus 5 is 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. 23.
23. The second attack is just a 13 to hit.
No.
Yeah, so
It takes 5 cold damage.
5 cold damage. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, as it slams into you, directly into your chest, sending you back and knocking the wind out of you for a sec as this cold erupts, freezing and frosting the top of its hand as it hits you. The next one comes and you just barely move out of the way, rolling to the side as it slams to the ground.
I'm going to use my reaction as well on it, and it's Rebuke the Violent. It's my channel divinity.
Sure.
It's going to take the same damage as it dealt to me. It's going to be radiant damage.
20 radiant damage.
Yeah, you can wisdom save.
Is it
to have
23?
Yeah, go ahead. Read it.
Yes.
28.
That's a 3. Yeah, so he doesn't make it. So 20.
Attacks and damage is another person, not you.
Oh.
The damage is another.
Yeah, after a creature within 30 feet attacks and damages another. That could be me. A creature within 30 feet, it
What ability?
attacked another, me.
What
It can
ability?
read-
I'll let it happen for now.
I think
that's fine.
I think that wording
Jump
makes
with
sense.
ability?
Yeah,
You could read it.
I mean we can double check, like book stuff later. It might be a
Yeah.
little more clear, but yeah, that sounds fine to me. As it rears up, what do you do?
How close is it to me?
I mean, it just attacked you. It's within melee.
Yeah, but does it look like it could reach me if I started moving away from it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's above you, right?
Yeah,
It's
you're right.
tall.
Okay.
Twice
We'll
as.
say another. That's a key word.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's quite a bit taller than you.
I'm going to lay on hands myself
Okay.
for 15.
Sure. All right. And it kind of takes a half step forward, and it takes its hands together and comes as if to clap you in them, and you're back in the room as you shut the book. You were standing there for. I'm not going to make you go through all those, right? Like you were standing there looking around for a while before this happened.
Are you okay?
That was intense.
Did you see anything?
Yes, I saw stuff. But more importantly, what did you read in the book? What happened?
Okay. That's right. I didn't say that part.
He's just slick over here, but I'm not gonna say what's in the book.
Yeah, not word for word.
No.
But starting at the beginning, it's the language almost intentionally obfuscates its meaning, so it makes it very difficult to skim. Right, something along the lines of, in the beginning there were 12, but each was 1. And for the first 30 seconds of skimming, it is... Would this be insight? You can roll an insight check. You can roll a history check. You can roll a religion check. I'll give you a lot of options, right, to see what you glean. And I kind of want to make you roll a disadvantage because you were just skimming.
Okay. I was gonna use my twist of fate to give me advantage, so straight.
So yeah,
all right,
go
yeah,
for
I'll
it.
do insight because
Nice.
21. All right. It's describing what context clues, right? And from what you're skimming, it's describing devils. It seems to be describing 12 devils and who they are and who they were before they came together and became the 12. Now, you don't have a great amount of insight into those descriptions, right? Because you're just starting to get impressions on them. And I think for 30 seconds, once you kind of got one, you're kind of looking at the form of the text and seeing like where that description ends and the next one starts. And so I think you went through quite a few pages and got more kind of that overall impression of what this first part of this book is. Yeah, but the 12 seem to be context clues, right? Sazish, Book of the 12, and Infernal. It's 12 devils that somehow came...
to look for Sazish. Because from the first thing I got before, it said they were going to search for him. So I would assume later it's going to get to that.
Yeah, at some
Like,
point
a
they
quick thing
go
before,
and
like-
talk to Sazish for something, which makes sense because Sazish is a god and a place where devils are from, one of the hells where devils come from, right? Tenebraria.
What's the saying on the
Silentium.
front again?
6 and 6 descended in service to Sazish.
So, well, it just kind of starts off describing these 12 devils who,
What were their names?
I don't know, I skimmed really fast.
See,
to
they
get
were
as much as
descriptions.
possible.
They were descriptions. They weren't really
Just described them.
naming.
I see.
And they came together to become the 12. And then later, from what I saw from the first time, I guess they go find Sazish for something.
Okay. What I know is this. Inda is not here, but he would agree, I think. The devils, they are not Sazish. They wish to be Sazish. There are some people who think they are Sazish. There are some people who think they are not Sazish. Does this make sense to you?
Kind of.
There are devils. There are people who can talk to them. But many cannot. I don't really know much more than that.
I mean,
This book is very, very dangerous. Ben is right about that.
mm-hmm.
But it also might have a lot of important information too.
Yeah, it's really strange that someone needs to like go inside of it for someone else to read it. Sucks. I wonder what happens if like someone
Yeah,
dies in there. Can I keep reading or do the words stop?
that is a good question. I don't want to know the answer to.
I wonder if they sacrifice people here just to be able to read it.
Sacrifice is something that the devils do sometimes. But that is all I know.
Forced conversion.
It is not a forced conversion. You have a choice.
They were beating a man 2 rooms down.
They were discussing Sazish with this man.
By hitting him.
How do you know he did not want to be hit?
Well, I don't, but most people don't want to be hit. Most of
How
the
do you
time.
know? Sometimes pain is a teacher. Does this make sense to you, Ten?
Yes.
Does
But
this
not
make sense to
exactly.
you, buddy? I'm sure you understand this.
Yes, I've taught many
Yes.
in my time.
I'm gonna come stomping down the hallway back to the place.
Yeah. The door's still wide open here too.
Have you died yet?
Why are you yelling?
I'm very upset.
I went into.
I'm trying to do Body's voice.
I went
too,
to the book and
to
I
show anger.
better.
I went into the book and I saw things.
As I did, just like me.
I thought you
There
didn't
it is.
see anything.
Huh?
You are a liar. You said you did not see anything, only hear
Dark.
it.
No.
Well, I did not see dark. I saw a lot of
I
different
only
things.
came to see if you died.
Wow.
He got hurt. Look at him.
I was only hoping to have Dalwan take you to your precious Sazish.
Who?
My God.
Oh, you never said his name before.
Twice. Not much. So, are we done with the book?
Adam Marie once.
I don't.
Rain Man?
I don't know if we are done with the book. It is not our book to take, but maybe we should take it.
Take the door and slam it shut.
It is a special book.
We need to take it or leave it alone forever.
I think we got enough information from the book. We could leave it.
We can go back if we really want to, like, later.
How do you know it'll be here? No one should even have this. It should be destroyed.
What I want to know is,
It might have good information.
unwilling person like Ben opens the book, and they get stuck in the book forever.
I wonder if
This
you
is
can force
unfortunate.
someone else to win a book like if you open
This
it.
is unfortunate thing.
Ooh.
They think this display without a lock would convince people
Try
not
it
to
on
touch
me.
it.
I was just gonna say I was kind of going to.
Try it on me.
There's a big shiny button in the room. Press the button, guys. Press the button.
Are you
I'll
giving
turn
me
to you.
permission?
Try it.
Okay.
Sure. Tanaki gets sucked into the
damn
book.
it.
It falls open.
Immediately I close the book.
Okay, I was gonna say I gave Bree instructions. If
I
got sucked
immediately
in.
close the book.
Roll percentile.
100.
Could be
What's that? What's it called? 50.
Wow.
My God. 47, 53.
Yes.
What is this?
You guys are dorks.
I will close the book.
What's it called? He did.
What?
The triple okay.
Yeah, as you're there, you again, complete darkness. The wind whipping around you. The ground shifting beneath your feet. What do you do?
Stay dead silent.
Roll a stealth check.
No one noticed me.
Ignore me.
That pencil helps you.
18.
You stay silent, you look around, the complete and absolute darkness around you. You can't see. There are things moving, crunching through the stony ground, and you're back in the room. Pulled back out of the book.
No one go in the book.
It was so dark.
Yes! Yes!
Why do we see different things when we open the book?
I saw darkness, just like him.
I saw a storm
I can
with
see in the dark.
a large creature that I
I
fought.
didn't see anything.
I did not kill it, but I did hurt it a little bit.
Something tried to kill me as well.
But it was very large.
Metal.
No, this one was.
It's not mine.
This one was stone.
I just thought I'd go watch the dam and
Metal, you said.
hang out.
It was sand on the ground.
Metal was
We
thrown.
need to put the book back in the
No.
case.
Yes.
Oh, well, not me, though. I stayed quiet. Did you yell out?
Yes.
10.
Oh, that explains it.
You did good. You learned a bit about this book. I think we can
Yeah.
take this information. What is the name of the book again?
The Book of the 12,
The Book of the 12.
which I would assume would be the 6 and the 6 that descended.
This makes sense,
So
yes.
selfish.
6
But why-
plus 6.
Worded that way.
Because maybe 6 of them were on his side and the other 6 weren't.
Yeah, did something.
I don't know enough about the history of this. I just know that Sazish is Sazish. Inda may know more.
We should
We
probably
should
go to the dam.
We have a job to do to be paid. Oh.
Breathe. You have been very quiet.
Just watching.
Take the book. And
Don't-
destroy it.
Ben, do not talk to Bree this way.
No.
She likes to steal things.
Maybe she doesn't like to do it. Maybe she just does it out of necessity.
I will go find it in there.
What he said.
So I'm gonna head out.
Okay. You leave.
Put the book back.
You put the book back in the
What is
case.
that an alarm
Clean.
Bedtime.
With prestidigitation.
It's clean, man.
Just to make sure, you know,
It
I'm
is
worried
sure.
about
You give it a little bit of extra polish.
nice and clean. Shiny case.
I'll walk
And I'll
outside.
follow up.
Do you close the case?
Yes.
All right.
Stomping my
Exactly
feet as I
As
walk
it
out.
was when we walked in.
Sure. You all.
Oh,
except
we
Mountain.
didn't leave.
Okay. So who did left?
Yes, he said he left.
Yeah. Okay.
No more walking in and out.
All right. Badi and Bree remain in the room.
Body's gonna eat the fucking book.
So when she opens her mouth, she sucks people.
You become Kirby. Oh, I'm into it.
Okay.
Should we take the book?
What do you think?
I don't think it could hurt.
Take the fucking book.
You're not there.
You're not there either.
It seems to only hurt if you open it. You may be able to trick people with it.
Do I notice that they're not walking behind me?
We'll go into that in a minute.
Body's the size of a bus.
Fucking ox walking down.
She
the
is
hallway.
full figured. That is not kind.
All right.
Yeah, that's a code word.
I could destroy it.
I mean, either way, I'm sure the people that live here won't be pleased whether it's destroyed or gone.
We leave it for now then.
Okay.
Last night, I saw my grandfather.
I heard you talking.
Nana Babu was not with him.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Something's wrong.
With how she died?
Yes. The time is coming. Be ready.
Okay. Will do.
You all reconvene out on the streets of the city center in Chaal Nagar. The two.
When they came outside, they saw me showing the orc. I mean, minor illusioning a really stupid looking caricature of Burn in my hand, like go, like not making any noise obviously, but we'll
Do a little dance.
do a little dance.
Not really a dwarf, is he?
Doing the dwarf dance.
Apparently, he's
His head is so smooth.
I think he's sick. You shouldn't touch him.
I wouldn't want to.
As you all come. Yep, and walking out.
Inda,
Yes.
we need to talk later.
What did I miss? I feel like it was a lot.
Not here.
Did you ask about the work?
These guys, no.
Alright, let's go.
What work do you have?
We have work with it. We have work from Aaron. We're gonna head out. It was
You
good
work
talking.
for a bird.
Work for money.
The bird
So I will
pays
see-
coin.
Seeds.
Let
We're
us
supposed to
know.
find them.
If he's hiring.
I absolutely will.
We'll do that.
Your company was nice. I'll see you all later.
Where are y'all going?
We're gonna go to the dam.
Me.
Okay.
To the dam.
Not you. Not you. Not you.
I mean, you could go, but we're definitely going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm going.
Stopped recording. I don't have enough disk space on the computer anymore.
Time out.
Still streaming?
It's still streaming.
Just keep going. It's gonna take forever to figure it out. Just
But-
keep going.
Yeah.
But then you won't have it to upload on.
What we're gonna do right now.
Then
We'll figure it out.
you just like record what like they have the previous
Yeah, use
episodes
the
or whatever on Twitch.
Okay.
You can just do
He's
that.
recording the sound.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Sounds fun.
Why are you looking at me?
Who's
We're going
going
to?
to-
Yeah. Who though?
We are going to the dam.
I'm going with you.
As
I'm going towards the dam. I'm not going to talk with you in your group, but I'm going towards the dam with you.
okay.
I'm gonna go find a place to meditate and pray.
Should do it underwater.
Okay, where are you trying to go to meditate?
Underwater.
So this is the dam.
Okay, Dan's going towards the river.
Are you comfy?
I assume, is there like a normal, I don't know if there's a place somewhere to pray or like a,
You haven't
haven't
seen
seen
any sort of church or place of worship in any of the towns you've been in.
I'll just find a quiet place though.
Okay.
Sit down.
Is Liv still around?
No, you haven't seen him since he brought you into. You can search for him if you'd like to.
I mean, do a cursory search of the
Sure,
edge or
yeah.
cursory
Make a
around.
perception check.
16.
16. Yeah, I think you do see him, right? And he's kind of like talking to passersby. You're not sure if he's trying to get money to have them take him somewhere or that sort of thing. But they all seem to be rather ignoring him quite a bit. But you see him, he's kind of like over on the other side, back towards the entrance.
I'll motion to Bray that where I'm gonna go, and I'll go talk to him.
Alright, so you're gonna go. So 1, 2, 3, going to the dam, going to find a nice quiet spot. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go with Baji.
Sure. Let's do that first since it's obviously the most immediate. Lift is kind of right there. So you go over as he's. I'll forget you there. Ow! Hello.
Hello. Where are you trying to take people?
What?
Where are you trying to show people?
Wherever they need to go!
You offered me, us,
Yes?
last night
Yes?
to show us to an inn.
Sure!
Which inn is this?
You want a good one, right?
What if I wanted a bad one? What if I wanted the worst inn in the city?
Worse in what way? Worst in company?
Yes,
I could bring you there.
that's where I want to go.
Sure. We can do that. 3 points.
For the worst inn.
The worst one!
The price is too high. Lift.
This is the city. You must make real coin to live here.
But would it not make more sense for you to make 1 silver now than to wait around trying to make 3?
Make a persuasion check. Economic persuasion.
12.
That naggy one.
It might. Well, maybe 2 points. 2 points now. It's a long walk. My leg hurts.
I do not know if I will find what I seek there, but if I do, then I will give you your second point.
My job is not to help you find what you seek. It's to bring you to a place. What are you looking for?
Information.
And what?
What?
Information on what? On ways to make money, doing things that are maybe less than reputable.
Yes.
You'll find that there. 2 points. You pay one and the girl can pay the other.
I can do this. Yeah.
And you buy us a drink when we get there.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Fine.
All right. silver.
Yeah.
They clank together. And he looks them over really quick, right? To make sure they're cut well off of the hex. To make sure it's a whole point. You haven't shaved too much.
My silver's good.
It's good. Let's go. Oh my fucking leg. And he starts leading you away northward.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Listen, Shane. No, that was more like the Aga from the other town. Yeah. Now listen. Baron. Roll an investigation check to find a nice quiet place to meditate.
15.
Okay.
Okay, Neggy. Well, lots of Neggies.
Which direction do you want to go in?
A spot that looks
Sure.
quiet.
Yeah. You walk for a little while. You walk for about half an hour. And you're in, again, rather tall, high buildings. And I think after a while, you just kind of... and I won't make you roll for this either, because you're a freaking monk, and these are things monks do. But you kind of see a perch up on the roof of one of the buildings, right? And there's an alley where it's so skinny all the way up. And you just kind of like parkour yourself between the building and just get up and pull up and just kind of sit on the corner of the building. And down the way, you can see what looks to be like a bit of a marketplace, right? But you're back and away, and you seem to be in a place that is rather secluded, a bit quiet. This roof seems like it has access to it, right? Like there's a door coming off, like a hatch, and even has like holes that rain would run, because there's kind of walls and then there's like an area at the top. But there are kind of holes where rain would be able to run off, though some would probably pool in it. Though at this point, having not rained in some days, it seems dry, and it's nice enough and quiet.
Sweet. I'm just gonna sit there and relax and meditate.
Sure. Roll a wisdom check.
7.
7. Okay. This place is strange, and you are, I think, able to block out a lot of the sounds, but something about where you are just doesn't sit too right? Like you're trying to imagine that all of the tall buildings around is the same as the rolling hills from where you're from, but it just doesn't quite feel the same. It's just different. It's just not comfortable the way you are used to. But you sit and you try to steady your mind and collect yourself. You three on the same time are walking in a separate direction, going towards the entrance to the city. Takes a little while. It's easy enough to find, right? There's kind of that big main road, although there are other large roads that go as well. But eventually you're walking underneath the gate that is the entryway to the city. There's a good amount of traffic in and out. It's still, it's probably the morning still, but the later morning. You guys got a pretty early start. And you see off and away down towards the river the construction part. There are roll a d10 for me, somebody.
I got it.
Oh, yep, there you are. Okay, I see you.
1.
There is a total of 1 guard paying attention. Anyway, I don't think there'd actually only be 1 guard, but the others maybe just are sitting around kind of by the river, just like bullshitting. There are other guards over by the other side of the river, but it's quite a ways away, you know what I mean, with rushing water in between. But there's one kind of like, kind of at attention, looking around, making sure there's nothing
Alright, so
crazy going on.
here's the con. I don't know what he's doing, but here's the con. We are travelers, and we need some coin, we can work here for these guards for a time.
Who has the letter?
We never got it.
You did. He brought it. He walked in with the paper, but we didn't really.
Well, I wouldn't be bringing it to them, because then if that's found on us, then we're obviously...
I'll just give it. Who wants to have it? Because you were.
I'll have
given the
it.
letter.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants it. I'll fucking have it.
All right, Bai's got it.
Thanks.
It's stuff it into our matted fur.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not gonna tell you why it makes sense, but yeah, the Arakokra handed it directly to. Walked in the room and handed it directly to you.
I'll just put it in a hollow of one of my rib bones.
Excuse me.
Okay, so you. So what's happened? So like you guys are
Walk
kind of on
around
the
to the
road
guy.
with a good amount of people. So Inda and Zephahim leave the road and start walking across the large open area. It's grass for a while, right? But then obviously with all the carts and everything they're coming in to do this construction, just the people milling about, everything else, it is just dirt for a while. And your feet sink in a little bit, right? It's not so soaked, but definitely like there's the squish of wet earth under your feet as you go. What are you doing while they're approaching?
Kind of want to go, like, say, in a slight opposite or perpendicular direction from where they're walking, but I want to walk right towards the river.
Sure, but you're trying to make it seem like I'm not really near this thing. I'm looking at the river.
Because I'm going to kind of go away in the river and swim in the river towards the thing, like, very sneakily. And try to see the damage that's been done.
Okay. So,
I already used my advantage there. I should have saved it.
yeah, so the river's moving quickly. You would be... So there's not that much space. You would probably be conspicuous moving from between the city, where the city wall is, and the river. So you'd have to go down river and have to get in the river and swim against the current. That's the... Yeah. But but the dam is... It's not right there, but it's close enough that people will be like, hey, please don't... Well, you imagine people would be like, hey... That's probably where those other guards that aren't paying attention are. Because the dam is really like just outside. Although, I mean, that's a ways. You could probably go over there.
I have a way
Yeah.
out if I need it. But I don't want to use it. Yeah, I'll try it. Let's try...
Okay, yeah, you can go. You can head that way.
Yeah,
Roll a stealth check or performance. Whatever you want. Just to kind of seem nonchalant, seem...
Performance is better.
Go for it.
16.
16. Okay. Good to know. You guys walk right up to the guy who's really close to these large, big wooden beams sticking out of the ground. Though there are others you can see that are obviously just broken off. Pieces on the ground, everything else. There doesn't seem to be any work going on to build this thing currently.
I hail the one paying attention. I'm going to speak Infernal because I'm assuming that it's can be more of a well-spoken language, because Common needs to be spoken by many people, so it's a lot more just matter-of-fact language.
Sure.
And I'll say, it's still morning, correct? Or
Yes.
is it good morning. Myself and my companion Zephahim here. My name is Inda. We are travelers and we need a little bit of coin. So we're looking to do a little bit of work. You guys seem to have an interesting little project going on here. Perhaps you could use some help or some extra hands.
Sure. So this guy who's in rather kind of beat up leather armor, right, with a sword by his side, kind of walks over and says, "Work, you say?
Yes, work.
You think I am here to give you work?
I'm here to offer my work.
Are you here to kill me?
No.
I am here to keep people away from the stupid pieces of wood that other people keep breaking. That is my whole purpose in being here.
I am a musician. I cannot kill people very well.
Then why do you want work guarding it?
Guarding it, helping to rebuild if you have issues with this.
I do not hire people. I watch it. I look at it. I say, oh look, a piece of wood. No one come near it. That is it.
Who hires the people?
Who hires the people? Roll a persuasion check.
An 8.
Beats my 4.
Oh. Thank you, plus 6.
It is the officials of the city, the Aga's men. They hire the people. They hired the people got killed several days ago. Now I am here. Very auspicious, of course.
The
Work is hard
Aga's
to come
men, the orcs?
No. The city officials. The bureaucrats that take care of things. It's very strange up here all the way north.
Where are you from?
Slightly south. Why you want to know?
I'm just asking.
You see,
Where are you from?
I'm from Dalbaz.
The big cities.
my friend,
Well, not this big.
it seems that the people in town are not perfectly trustworthy. The likes of you, I find much more trustworthy to be much better company.
Where are you from?
I am from Delbas. Now you see,
You talk different than him.
I talk a lot of different ways. Now you see, I think it would be most safe to keep ourselves together.
This is
And
true.
I would like to use my venomous words.
Okay, what does venomous words do?
Venomous words. He needs to make I believe it's a wisdom save, and it's. Oh, where is the shit? Oh, it's not on this. But he needs to make a save, and if he doesn't make it, he is
Charmed.
not charmed, but actually like frightened of me, and sort of like cowardly of me and all that. But if he makes it, he will not know that I attempted something.
Alright, hold on.
I would have needed to have spoken to him for a minute though, which I believe has been. Call to whispers, venomous words. Third level, I think.
Let's see exactly what it is.
I thought I had because I have not printed out.
Bar,
This will be
College
up as a
of
full
Whispers.
broadcast. It's for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh yeah, see paranoia and it's
Yeah,
moved.
that's what. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're good then.
Is it words of terror?
Yeah, words of terror. That's
Oh, okay.
words of terror. That was the word.
At third level, you learn to infuse innocent-seeming words with your insidious magic that can inspire terror, speaking of for at least 1 minute, which I'll say you're schmoozing a little bit. Attempt to seed paranoia in its mind at the end of the conversation. You must seed on a wisdom save throw against your spell save DC. Frightened of you or another creature of your choice. The target is frightened in this way for an hour until it's attacked with damage. So its allies being attacked with damage. Sees the target has no hint. Oh, no hint that you tried to frighten it anyway.
Yep.
Okay, sure. Wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom. Is it
11.
wisdom? No, it's charisma.
Wisdom. Right?
You just read
Because
it.
I'm
Wisdom
a bard, so it's a charisma.
Oh yeah, your spell save DC is
Yeah.
charisma, but it's a wisdom save.
Okay.
I got an 11. What's your DC?
14.
Okay. Yep. So he kind of stops.
And he's scared of the people in town. Or the
He's
bureaucracy
not
in
afraid
town.
of you.
No, I can. If I recall correctly, it's.
Or another.
Frightened of you or another creature of your choice.
So I'll pick.
Has to be a specific.
I'll pick the Aga.
No, yeah, hey, you know. Sorry, I'm not there.
You're not there. I think someone said there's an ox person here. Okay. So okay. You think
The Aga.
I mean, I know this. I can't starve to death though. I needed to take this job.
I understand that.
I know it's practically a death sentence if they come back. Whoever it was that did this last time,
Nobody knows.
I don't know. Of course not. If they knew who it was, they would have caught it. I could lose this job. I could lose this job and be out on the streets. I could be killed here on duty. You could be the one here to kill me.
As you can see, I'm minimally armed.
What do you think I should do?
I think you should let us work.
You don't even.
I can't pay you.
Honestly, the shelter would be plenty.
We will speak to the Aga or the bureaucracy tonight. We will tell them how long we work. You will be a witness to this. We will get our pay.
You will just stay? You will stay and work for free?
The shelter,
We will get our pay tonight.
I mean, look at them. They are not even working and they're being paid.
Well, we will actually work and get paid.
Oh, there's not much to do.
Well, then we will sit around.
Roll a persuasion check.
Come on. Shimon Lee. That's a 16.
I mean, you can stay around.
Come on, Indo, let's go.
I don't know what he's going to do if they try to kill us.
Well,
Sing them a song?
he could do something.
Tell them a story?
I have the hammer. I will help him out.
Dance with them? That's fine. If you like.
What do you use? A sword?
His sword right here, yes.
Okay. Have you ever had to fight anybody here?
Have I had to fight?
Here.
No,
Since
everyone
you-
that fought here has been that they killed.
They killed the people here.
Yes, that's what I heard. I was not here yet, or otherwise I would have been killed.
So
What
nobody
what
here has been here.
What have you heard of this?
What have I heard?
Yes. Who attacked this place? Was it the filthy humans?
Humans? There's no humans here.
Or
I mean, not enough to make a...
maybe it was the orcs.
The orcs?
Who did this?
Who? The Goranun?
Maybe.
I don't know if it was them. Certainly they could have done it. They are stronger here.
I couldn't have said the orcs or the ox. I couldn't just turn
The
and stick
orcs.
with what you said.
Who could do this? Do you think?
Biakan. Who can do this? I don't know. I did not see the bodies.
One weird cat.
Don't ruin my chair. Sorry.
He's very feisty.
Playing with a cat makes really good audio only. That's really the best. That's the way to go for it. You can go and take a look if you want.
I don't care for this. I just wanted to know what you think.
What do I think? I don't know. I wasn't here. I think.
But you don't have
Listen,
to be here
listen.
to think about this.
I know it could not be just one person, right? It had to be a group. There are many people guarding, especially if it's been
this is
attacked.
This is a good point. But if it's a big group, how could nobody know or see who did it?
I don't know.
This is
Last time they
strange.
did it, it was in the rain. Most people were inside. Everyone outside the walls, everyone guarding was killed.
Yes.
Everyone guarding on both sides of the river.
They leave no witnesses. This is strange, Inda. We will sit for a while.
I have a difficult time believing.
Can we go see the damage?
It's right here, yes, go look.
I have
Let's
a
go.
difficult
Look, I will show you. I've been watching it all day, there's nothing else to do.
Sure, show us.
Okay, so you're in the water.
Human.
Make a
Club.
make a glub check. Make a stealth check as you're trying to get down toward. Yeah, I mean you're in the water now, trying to get close to.
5!
Oh,
I love low rolls. They're my favorite.
Yep.
I think I should just make you guys roll on d4s for everything, but then still use the same rolls. Okay. All right. So I think that you're taking your time going around, getting in the water. Okay, no, that's really cold. Oh my god, it's not. It's kind of cold. It's chillier, compared to the air. And you get in, and then the current starts to take you. And you don't want to splash too much. You're like, ugh. Okay. So you guys are looking at the dam as this is happening, and there are holes in this foundation. It looks like a mixture was poured into some of the holes to
fill it.
Patch it.
to fill it to help kind of cement it in, right? But as he's pointing out, he goes, look at these big stones that were put in the mixture. It ruins it, right? The stability is not there. This should be much harder. You see how this big piece of timber is to its side. That would not be good. I mean, I'm not a great builder, but I know that it should be straight up. It should not be on that side, right?
This makes sense to me.
And look over here. This one, and he kind of goes over to the side. This one was built of stone, a stone pillar with mortar between.
But see how it was toppled over? Who can topple such a thing? Even if you had...
You would need the strength of an ox.
You think he was an ox?
Something with the strength of an ox, perhaps.
What has the strength of an ox?
I don't know, some kind of ox
Did
man,
the orc-
perhaps.
Are the orcs?
The oxmen. They are on the other side of the river.
Are the orcs this strong?
The orcs are really strong. They are strong. I know this.
How many orcs would it take to push this down? Do you think?
At least one.
Just one. This is. I could not push this down, and I am strong.
Can I make a check to see if I can have an idea of how many orcs it would take?
Take a point of inspiration for saying that with a straight face. Can you make it? I mean, it would take several, right? You don't know exactly how strong an orc is. It would take several orcs. 50 horsepower, 17 orc power to pull. Yeah, it's hard
17
to say.
orcs with 20 strength, you know.
You know, but if a bunch of humans with a thing could do it. It would probably take less orcs than humans because they're generally stronger. So at this point, Tanaki has now gotten pulled a little bit too far towards the middle of the river and is just splashing in order to not drown, right? Like you're really
swim.
but you have to fight to stay above because you're in a current. As opposed to before where you were just trying to do one of these and be stealthy with like the reed sticking up to breathe through. But now you're just you actually have to swim to stay up.
Is he invisible?
Oh yeah, the guard goes, what in the world is that?
I don't know. It's probably just a fish.
Oh no.
I think that's a man that's drowning.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's my slave.
What?
It's my slave. Excuse me. And I dive in.
I think it's just a fish.
Did he just go swimming?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's not very smart.
He's a little
Well,
crazy.
he meant you because you're in the
yes.
water now.
He's a little crazy. I don't
Swimming to
know.
get to know. I say, both of you roll athletics checks for me, and please roll really low. Just really, really
Got my
low.
inspiration about that. Yeah. You say athletics?
Yes.
16.
18.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you guys are both able to kind of get to the shore, which I imagine is the next step. You guys kind of get off on the shore next to the thing. Now the other guards that weren't really paying attention are definitely paying attention.
As I'm swimming to him, I'm saying into my ring with a message saying, we need to do a ruse here.
To
So
who?
you don't.
You guys are right next to each other.
As I was swimming to him,
Oh.
yeah, I was saying,
Okay,
we need to do a ruse. You're my slave, so you don't die.
Okay. Alright, so you guys make it to the... And this guy's just watching you, like stand next to you watching you.
And I slap him on the back of the head. You know you can't swim.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry what? Yeah.
What is going on?
I'm so sorry. He's too stupid to not go in water.
You own slaves and you need to watch a piece of wood?
I mean, he was free. I won him in a card game.
Sell him!
This is a good idea.
Right?
Let's not listen anyways.
A human slave. They have human slaves in Dalbaz?
Well,
I mean, I won him. It came from I won him off a traveler.
this happens
How
sometimes.
did you win a slave?
Off a really drunk person in a bar. It was fantastic.
That is crazy.
He wanted my boots, and he offered his slave in the trade. He offered his slave as a...
Who wages
As a
very
bargain.
valuable things in a bar? Like magical bowls.
was drunk.
You shave with.
He was drunk. I don't know why. So I went with it, and I won.
They
That's
were
too
really
much of
nice
Gogro
boots.
could do this to
Oh,
somebody.
Gogre, where's your collar?
He didn't. He may have lost it in the river.
Lost it. Look at his neck.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
Tiny.
mind.
He doesn't
I'm
wear...
very-
Don't speak.
The other guards
He
are.
does not wear one.
really
He knows his
close.
place.
Right, around there.
He doesn't wear one. He knows his place. In fact, he knows some tricks too.
Roll a deception check. You can roll at advantage.
Deception? That's going to be a 25. I say, In fact, do that thing you can do. Use prestidigitation to make us dry. That'll dry us off.
Did you tell him to use prestidigitation?
I say do that thing you can do.
And then he went.
Actually, I start making sparks come out of my hand. Because that's the other thing you can do.
The other thing!
Oh,
Stupid.
and then I'll blast off.
This man has a slave that knows magic, and you want to stand here with these nincompoops that are having pissing contests in the river all day long.
Have you traveled very much?
I haven't seen you all take a drink one time. How do you have so much piss in you? What?
Have you ever been traveling before? Part of traveling is seeing the world.
I have traveled.
And I would like to see the world, and this is part of the world. I would like to see it.
It's right there. It's pieces of wood. Many of them fell over.
Thank you very much.
You can do magic, and you let yourself be a slave.
That's all I can do. That 2 things. That's it. I'm a very bad magic user.
You could be a slave with these little tricks. You're a much more impressive man than this. I mean, no offense, but you know.
Are you offering to buy me?
I don't have the money. How much do you want for him?
I want 4 hexes.
4 hex! Get out of here. He sucks. He can't even swim.
If this man pay 4 hex, that would be a good day.
That would be pretty good.
How did you get in the river?
I fell.
From where?
The bank of the river.
Near the wall.
He's not that smart. He got fascinated by the shining lights
It's
off the wall.
gradual. It is not a drop off, it's a riverbank.
You trip over a rock.
Gradual means not all at the same time.
Oh, my cloak fell off and I went after it.
This is a nice cloak.
Yep.
How much do you want for his cloak?
I want
2 hex.
2 hex! Come on now, get out of here. Alright, you're gonna hang out and watch a piece of wood with me all day?
Yes, he can do tricks.
Do you know any games?
I do.
Backgammon?
You think I have a backgammon set here? You have dice.
No, you have been sitting here watching the world.
I've been standing. I've been watching and keeping us safe. These fools are now they're dispersed.
I have cards.
These fools are all
I
sitting
believe.
here, pissing the river all day long. What is this? You have cards?
I have a set of cards, yes.
Oh, we can play card games. What card games you know?
What fictional card games are there? Because we can play... Oh, I can't.
Just make some up. Alright, go. Just make 3 card games up now.
Okay. We can play Emerald in the Wind. We can play Bone Knuckles. Or we can play Bloody Knuckles.
I don't like that game.
Let's play Emeralds in the Wind. I love this game. I played it as a child with my grandmother.
Wonderful.
This is a
Remind me how to play.
I will. Let's go. Alright, and you guys play Emeralds in the Wind,
I could
which
teach
I
you
will probably create at some point. Okay. Cool. You guys, the 3 of you, inexplicably, spend much of the day there. Not much happens, but you have plenty of time to check out the site if you would like to do that throughout the day. So what would you like to do while you are there?
Mostly I'm going to... When I was speaking to him, I was speaking in common. But I'm going to be keeping it relatively... I'm going to be keeping it secret from the other tieflings that he knows how to speak Infernal. So I'll speak to him in common.
Okay.
So it'll be very clear to you that if they say anything that they don't want you to know for whatever reason, it'll be very apparent.
I would. Oh, sorry. I would want to take a look for anything that may show, like tracks or like something obvious that would show who may have done this.
Okay. Make a survival check. And I'm just going to say, it's going to be... I mean, there's obviously a lot of people that have been here for the past 5 days and everything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
15.
15. Okay. So looking for tracks and that sort of thing, I mean, it's really, really difficult, right? I mean, most of the tracks are just people that have been trampling over. You do see where there's indents in the ground where the bodies were kept before they were taken away, whatever they did with them, eaten in open air. You know, who knows? You don't know. They don't eat bodies. There are some drag marks. There are wagon wheels, some of which are over to where the bodies were, and obviously they were carted off in that. There are also some that were bringing in and out supplies. There's piles of lumber that are around there. I mean, it's like a construction site, right? But it's kind of a messed up medieval construction site that is currently not being worked.
Sure.
But yes, as far as a survival check, that's what you get.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are still some signs from that day, but mostly from the aftermath of that day. So I can give you that. From the few things that you can still see, fit with the 15, the bodies seem to have dragged and placed into that pile from a few different areas, so they were kind of like all around, right, when they were killed. Some, I think, and I'll give you this, one you can definitely see was footsteps running away and got quite a bit further away before they must have been dropped there and then dragged back, kind of at an angle, so like it didn't ruin it, so they got further away. But whatever...
Were the tracks following it, or does it look like maybe a projectile might have struck it and forced it to stop dead in its tracks, literally?
It's hard to say, I think, because there are other footprints that obviously we're going over there to investigate the body too, but like kind of, footprints to far away and then a drag from like much further away. So obviously at one point something ran away, but I think you can't tell what fell, if one of the, what are the footprints of people investigating this and what are the footprints of the assailant.
Okay.
So when I'm not exactly near them, because I'm going to try to keep up the lie that I'm a slave.
Sure.
But I will cast message to either of them just for my thoughts of questions to ask.
Sure.
So it'll be like, you should ask who found the bodies and we find out in what way they were killed.
Was that to me?
Yeah. Yeah, because you were the talking to the person most recently.
I would play cards with the guy at the time. So.
Alright, I'll come back over. Who looked into this?
What do you mean?
Well, somebody had to see who killed these people.
Nobody saw who killed these people, that's what we're telling you.
I understand, but the bodies.
The bodies?
Yes, who cleaned up the bodies?
She's clean.
Not as close as it once was.
Who cleaned the bodies up?
I don't know, municipal workers. Some people clean some of the parts of the city. You notice it doesn't smell too much like shit. Some parts smell more like shit than others.
Would the town officials know this?
Exactly who cleaned it up? Like the individuals? I don't know who would know that. I mean, I know it was people that worked for the city. Employees of the Aga, if you will. They come, they clean it up. It was found, I heard, just by the next watch. They came, they saw this, they went to their higher ups and says, oh my gosh, their bodies, they are stinky, someone needs to clean them.
Can I insight check them?
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 7.
Seems to be telling the truth now. I mean,
alright. When we get our pay later, I will ask around.
that is fine. I don't know how you're gonna get your pay.
I'm assuming it's getting later in the
We've been
evening.
doing all of this
Well, no,
work.
pay me for the work I
I'm assuming it's
did
getting
before I
later.
talked to
It's
them.
getting later in the evening at this point.
I need to go to the bus.
You should.
Yes,
go.
you do.
You do work and then negotiate pay afterwards. I like this this way of doing things.
Well, sometimes you show the proof that you work and they give you some coin.
It sounds wonderful.
My
I've been
proof,
trying to get hired for jobs this whole time.
my
Not
proof
working
is
very
the
well.
things I see. I could say some stuff that would maybe convince them to pay.
Okay.
You know, you have been playing cards all day.
As I have, and
You should leave that out of the story.
I should.
You should
As a-
as well.
As I sit,
Leave what?
They might not pay you if they know you are playing Emeralds and
They
Rubies.
need to pay me. I have a plan. I know when I'm getting paid before I did the job.
But you don't do
I
the
don't
job.
know.
You are playing cards.
I am doing more. Okay, I play cards.
These men over here piss in the river.
It is okay. That is the way we do things.
as I sit there playing cards, though, I'm thinking to myself, and I think to my God, and I think I did a good job today, didn't I? I look good, and that's all.
I just want to be here, not to be touched. Goodbye. Yeah, I can leave her on the table. She's prettier than you. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? I mean, you're there for, it's still the morning. You're there for most of the day. He tells me there's another shift coming out that night.
We should get back into the city, Master.
What is wrong with your face?
Huh?
You look all...
Constipated.
Yeah, there are, you can get some bitters. You drink them. It helps you slide out.
I haven't pooped in days.
It is awful.
Yep.
I haven't been
It's
there.
awful.
I told you, you should not just eat bread.
When does the next?
I know it's good, but if you
Depends on
only
the
eat
kind
bread,
of bread. Some has many much
you
fiber.
get bound up.
When is what?
the next
cheese.
shift comes out.
The next
Like
shift.
cheese.
The next shift will be
Humans.
out at sundown.
Humans and their bread and cheese.
Inda,
Yes,
we're listening to this man.
I'm sorry. I was telling
I have
something
much
about the bread
wisdom
and the
to talk
cheese.
about.
The
Cheese
next
will back
shift
you
comes
up.
out at sundown. He says.
Okay.
What if something happens overnight?
I love bread and cheese. What's if something happens overnight? Then it's when I hope things happen.
So you're not here.
No.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, the overnight crew, they get paid more, right? Because things are more likely to kill them then.
Are there more people? There are less.
I
Correct.
think it's about the same number.
Hmm.
It is dangerous to be outside of the walls at night.
I suppose this is true.
It is true. There's no cafe out here.
That's a good point. All right. We should come back tonight.
I agree.
Come back tonight. What, you try to get double shifts? You don't have a job yet.
Well, we will convince them. And maybe take
We
a,
are
take a
go-getters, so to speak.
bit- Maybe sleep a little.
Yeah, go get, alright. You just stay. Just work 24 hours for no pay. That's crazy. I don't understand it all. Okay. I'm gonna jump to Badi and Bree real quick. Right? Okay. So you are brought by lift to better rates this time of day in this area. To
It's called the meat hooks. It's a butcher. It was a butcher shop. And they made it in.
Sure. I'm into it. Well, you're taken pretty far towards the north end of the city, right? You're walking for a while, and I think it's not the pace you tend to like to walk, right? You walk, and I think Bree walks quick too, right? Obviously, your legs are
Short
moving
legs,
quite a
but
bit.
very rapid.
Yeah. But you're hobbling along with lift. They have to do the speed limit. And wow. Fahim, what's happening?
Polymorph. I cast polymorph.
I cast bingo. So you head off towards the north of this city, and after a while, you arrive at the meat hooks. I'm into it. Meat hooks, me out of that.
So rusty hook just hanging in front of the door.
Yes. With
She's so
some.
photogenic.
This is the place. Definitely, absolutely. The worst bar in the city. Don't tell them I said that, though. I do drink here sometimes.
It's called me.
Good. Do you want to drink with us?
No, it's still the morning. I mean, I'm not against that, but I have work to do.
All right, Lift. I'll see you around.
You only paid me 2 silver. It's not like I made all 3 today.
Only.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Hey, what do you think of this bird person?
I don't know. I don't really know what to make of them. I've never seen one before.
Me either, but not too many people keep me on retainer.
Are they new to the city?
They're in and out all the time. Delegations from up in the mountains. They... Roll a persuasion check.
I love it.
How much info do
15.
Beats my 4. Sometimes they walk around like they own the place. Like we should do what they say. Like they know better.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
Frustrating. Why? What does he have you on retainer to do?
Find people, take him places. He doesn't know his way around the city too much, and people get uncomfortable if he flies everywhere. He walks, and I show him where to go.
So, does he have you on retainer to find people?
Well, he had me find you. He said you would be in the city center today, and I should bring you to him. I said, the axe person. Yes, I know. I saw that. Yes. Right.
You know this city well, then.
And you must get along with the bird people pretty well, I imagine.
Why would you imagine that?
Well, all of you worship Prakirtikrut, right?
Have you heard anything about these attacks on the dam?
Of course, everyone's heard about it.
Any rumor?
Rumor? It's rumored that they all died. I shouldn't laugh.
They strike at night?
Yeah. Roll a persuasion check again.
14?
Rolled a 4
No, I
again,
keep rolling
man.
decent.
Use a different die. Moving to the middle from here on out. Okay. What did you ask me?
Did they occur at night?
I think the last one was during the day, actually, but it was raining. It was a lot of rain, so not many people were out of the city. We were kind of hunkered down. We had been for days, and it had been some days before, since the last attack. But
so the rain ended, and they found the bodies.
I'm not sure the rain even ended. I think that the night watch went out, and it was sometime later when they were investigating. The rain ended. Crazy rain that was.
All right. Thank you, Lift. If you see our friends, don't tell them where.
Okay, no problem.
Crazy piece of corn.
Okay, you guys head into the meat hooks, which definitely used to be a butchery, and still has kind of that smell of wood that has soaked in lots of dry, dank blood.
That's such a good smell, though.
I'm gonna kind of pull on Body's fur to get her attention.
Sure.
Like lightly, not like.
Yeah.
Body, it stinks. Why are we here?
Just follow my lead.
Body smells blood.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go table in the corner.
Sure.
How many, like, how big is this place?
It's rather small,
Okay.
right? And there's some people in there. There is a table of like 5 goblins kind of huddled together. That kind of look up at you like, oh shit, this thing is big. As you walk in. Over at the bar, with his back to you, is a dwarf. Kind of old, haggard, big beard, though bald on the top of his head with kind of like liver spots. And just doesn't even, like, barely turns around, sees you out of the corner of his eye, and then continues to drink. And then there is a bartender who is also a dwarven woman. Rather large and almost matronly, except for this, like, sour, awful look on her face. This big, squat nose squarely in the center of her face that you can't imagine how, with this big old honker on her face, you can stand being in such a stinky place. until you can tell she's quite stuffy as she speaks to you. It says, "What'll it be?"
Agogro.
Agogro.
Yes.
If you will.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
It's a dwarven establishment. I don't know how to do stuffy dwarf. I don't know. That's what she sounds like, though. She blows her nose every once in a
All
while.
right, then give me what you drink.
What?
This-
That's
tell you
not
what.
exactly what I'm going for either.
I'll tell you what. Basket weaving.
Dwarven mead
Yes.
from up the hills.
Sure.
It's better.
I'll believe it when I taste it.
You'll believe it. And for you.
I'll try some of that.
Damn right you will. I'll bring it. Have a seat. And she's rather slow moving, right? Kind of like foot to foot. She kind of has to like turn sideways to get herself between the bar, behind the bar, toward this thing as she like starts to pour, taking her time. Eventually, brings the drinks over, sets them down in front of you, and says, "How much you looking to drink tonight?"
I don't ever drink too much. I'm very small.
All of it.
I'm also her designated person.
Pay up front then.
I'll pass 1 point over.
Sure.
You let me know how far that gets me.
Not as far as 2 would get you.
I'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
All right.
So basically, I'm just gonna sit in the
Yeah.
corner drinking, talking to Bray
Okay.
as we go.
I don't know. This whole business doesn't sit well with me.
The dock? Or dam?
Yes.
What about it?
All of it.
Do you not trust the Ugobra?
I don't trust anyone in this town.
Are you trying to be quiet?
No.
No, I'm specifically not trying to be quiet.
You see, Bray, I can explain this to you.
Oh, Cobra? I said it wrong.
Coca.
Shanhira is grandmother to my people.
The river?
Yes,
Okay.
she is sacred to us. She is life.
That makes sense. Water's very important. I'm following you.
Sustains our crops. Allows us to live.
The dwarf at the bar has gotten up with the drink in his hand.
He's old and runs far.
The river is your grandmother.
Yes.
What kind of cow shit is that?
What does it look like?
She said, "What's his name?"
Obviously drunk. Literally stooped. But
Mungos.
big fucking arms, right? Stout and squat, and a big, gut hanging out in front of him, but obviously can also, knows a day's rather hard labor.
You were born from a river.
No, I was not born from a river, but it is the river. Shanhira. That we are all descended from.
Not me.
My people.
What?
Where do you spring from, dwarf?
As he pulls a chair up and
I come from the hills.
There. And you come from a land.
Aye.
from a place.
Aye.
This is what I mean when I say Shanhira is my grandmother.
What do you care if they put up a dam?
It is not that they put up a dam. It is that they seek to change Shanhira, to control her. This is what is so odious to me.
It's what we do to the hills. We mine them. We dig in them. We build houses on them. Is this a bad thing to do?
No, they are your hills.
That's fucking right, they are.
The Shanhira does not belong to the tieflings.
Bingo.
Take a fucking swing on you.
Wait, your turn. You guys going now?
What did you say your name was again?
Dungus.
You.
You.
Yeah.
Humongous.
You're welcome.
I am Badi Aunukos. And I'll tell you one thing. My tribe will not stand for this.
You're hairier than I am.
Yes!
Can't often say that.
Yes, I am.
You're little.
Yes.
What brings you to a place like this?
And here with my companions.
This place stinks.
Don't let her size fool you. She's dangerous. I've seen her drop a man with a single arrow.
I could kill you before you would even know what hit you.
Oh boy.
This place. This city sucks.
Well, we can agree on that.
I,
Can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
why are you here?
Business.
What kind of business?
Deliveries.
What are you delivering?
Or
Mmm.
Or what?
you're not there.
Interesting.
But what is it for?
You know, I saw the bodies.
Did you?
They brought them out through this way, up the back. Tore up they were. Cut, but I don't mean just cut, they were torn.
I see.
Almost like a blade wrapped around him like a coil. And at that, Body remembers being across the waters and fighting the orcs. Because Body knew, well, the rest of you didn't, that sword hilt on the belt was not attached to nothing. It was attached to the belt, because it's not a belt. It's a sword. It's an arumi, a whip sword. Worn as a belt, but taken out, and as a flexible blade, able to cut and slash and wrap around enemies and tear them apart. And you remember this while talking to a dwarf in a bar. As you sit on a rooftop and watch a contingent of about a dozen orcs march by through the marketplace and out towards the front of the city, while the three of you spend the time near the build site. And that's the point at which we will pick up next week. Oh, all right. So we will somehow try to figure out the technical difficulties that we were having on
this whole thing so that we can figure out how to hopefully get the entire episode up online afterwards. Congrats to all y'all that watched it on Twitch live and or before it disappeared from Twitch, because I got some tech work to do, and I don't know how to do it. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Icosacast. We have some new content coming out very soon, I think. Some of it is recorded, but not quite ready to go because technology and not knowing how to use it. Everyone have a great night. We will see you next Monday. Have a good one. Thanks.